Tina, is there any way you can get in touch with Tug?
And unfortunately, every time I make a call, it becomes content.
Welcome to the show. You look incredible, like a dessert that owns a yacht.
That's exactly the vibe I was going for. You know, sweet but slightly out of your tax bracket.
Mission accomplished. How does one even shop for a suit when you...
Gold on my neck, gold on my hand, purple with the stripes, that's the walk of a man. Sidewalk shining, city lights humming, every step I take, they know a boss is coming.
Blazing the whip, gotta vanquish the needs. My kingdom for some poppy seeds. Yo, yo.
Is that a poppy seed? You realize I'm your PO, right? Straight to booking!
Police or zombie problems? Your tortoise won't stop breakdancing?
Try blue tape.
The miracle of our age. Yeah!
Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThATuMBRELLAgUY. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me, or I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me, or I'm a man.
You know what? I talk to your mayor.
Flexing screenshots, fake stats, big talk. Gucci on a credit card, living in the TikTok. VPN hero, keyboard De Niro. Whole team zeros, but you swear you some pharaoh. You so air in a jar, flip fast, get rich. DM full of victims, you just roll and switch. You ain't built an empire. You fishing in the kiddie pool, playing with retirements, bragging like you really cool. Now you fumbled that bag. Heavy bass hit every time that you brag. Screens got receipts and the memo hit tag. That umbrella guy came swinging with the drag. You ran that scared, thought you never get tracked. Now your face looped up in the meme all black. Whole timeline laughing while you fall collapse. That umbrella guy just wrecked your ass. You an investment coach, but your math don't math. Turn trust in the dust, turn cash in the ass. You was laughing at the loss. Every life that you drain, now a clip on repeat shows your whole fate chain. He pulled out, drop dates, sync them with the live stream. Chat say, yikes. Every comment in the crime scene, pause, zoom, play. Now the mask on crooked, you in shadow in the dark. You a clown caught looking. 56K, now you fumbled that bag. Heavy bass hit every time that you brag. Screens got receipts and the member hit tag. That umbrella guy came swinging with the drag. You ran that scam, thought you never get tracked. Now your face looped up in the meme on blast. Whole timeline laughing while you fold collapse. That umbrella guy just wrecked your ass. You was catch me if you can, now it's that's not me. But the voice, same laugh, same cheek, white tee. Thought the net forgets, now the net remembers. Turn the fraud into folklore, pin you like a member. 56K, now you fumbled that bag. Heavy bass hit every time that you brag. Screens got receipts and the member hit tag. That umbrella guy came swinging with the drag. You ran that scam, thought you never get tracked. Now your face looped up in the meme all blast. Whole timeline laughing while you fold collapse. That umbrella guy just wrecked your ass.
What's up, folks? Welcome to a Sunday edition. Sunday, by the way, is amazing because we got some information about Gabriel Weeks. We found out about why he supposedly went to jail. Hint, 5-hour energy drinks and Red Bull. That's right. Apparently 5-hour energy drinks are now to blame. Move over, poppy seeds. Yeah, that's right. He's still in jail, by the way. How do we know that? Because Chubbs is over in Ray's chat, lording over it. By the way, this is funny too. Ray is telling us that he got hacked. Now, why did he get hacked? Well, because he gave memberships away, and somehow that's our fault. It's like, wait a minute. You gave memberships to those people and you got hacked. Wouldn't that make it their fault? But I don't know. I'm confused on that one. Also, hey Stacy, if you do see this, by the way, apparently you're to blame with with PayPal too. It's all your fault. So when people are getting attacked with PayPal and there's hacking and all of that, chargebacks and all that stuff, that's on you too. Yeah, fun times, isn't it? Yes, apparently 2L has also taken over Ray's chat, which is pretty funny. If you ask questions over there about what's happening with this, you now get banned. So she has decided to lock down every channel that is even remotely connected to them. And what's funny is she's announcing this in his chat. I mean, it's amazing. Like, these people are so cultishly inclined that they are starting to lock down everything. And I mean, check this out. This is wild. They've been over there banning people for asking questions about it. Oh, they went after donors last night. Do you know whose fault all of this really is, by the way? They went after Michelle Preston last night. That was fun. But look, open discussion is welcome, but false facts and quote-unquote misinformation will be banned. So as long as you accept that Red Bull and 5-hour energy drinks caused the quote-unquote false positive for cocaine, even though Gabe admitted to it using cocaine, then you're okay. You're okay. This stuff is unreal. Yes, 5-hour energy. No joke. No joke. They actually brought this up in all of their mess. Don't worry, too. He will be pardoned because 5-hour energy drink got him, and everybody knows. Everybody knows. Yeah, would you like to? Here, let's look at that. In fact, this is amazing. This is amazing. They also told us he is still in jail. They're apparently What was funny is she was sitting in his chat, texting, or sitting in Ray's chat, texting while saying that she was visiting Gabe. It's like, wait a minute. So yeah, you're going to visit and you're spending time making sure nobody steps out of line in Ray's chat instead of that's interesting. More power to it. We're all going to get sued, of course, for talking about this because it's all lies. By the way, one thing to really point out with all of this too, and I think this is very important, is that he admitted to grand theft. He admitted to contract fraud. He admitted these things. So when they're telling all their folks that this is fake, dude, here's him admitting to it. This is his this is him. State of Florida versus. He knowingly and voluntarily admits that he did commit grand theft, false representation as a licensed certification holder, performing work without building permits, grand theft, false representation. I mean, you see it all through there. It's all over it. This is his admission. So when they're saying that's all fake, that he never committed grand theft, that none of this happened. Dude, he admitted to it. Oh, well, he took a plea deal. It was really civil. The police don't investigate civil. Holy God. Oh, man, I swear. It is so amazing to see. But yes, he is still in jail. Apparently, they have not heard anything about getting the old snowman out of there either. But you know what? Let's blame the poppy seeds and the energy drinks. Yeah, poppy seeds came up last night too. Isn't that amazing? So much good, so much fun. But yes, Michelle Preston was actually attacked over stuff last night too. That was a lot of fun as well because Michelle Preston is now to blame. She is now an idiot. Let's see, give me a second. Let me pull up something on that too. I'm getting everything like in order. Like there is a lot. They really went on the warpath about it. I'm pulling all the freaking quotes for it though. I mean, there was a bunch. There was a bunch, folks. Oh, I hope you're having a great Sunday, by the way. It is a Sunday fun day. If, by the way, you would like this program and would like to showcase the snowman, a.k.a. Gabriel Weeks, what it's like to be able to actually get bail money, but not give it to him, then consider backing the stream. We will take the bail money and we will keep the bail money. I thought it was funny last night too, that she started out last night. She said about Michelle Preston. So last night, here I want to pull this up real quick. They were covering the letter, the letter that we've talked about a few times. So we're not going to cover the letter, but if you haven't seen it, I'm going to put it on the screen while we discuss a couple of things. And we'll roll back to this, but I want you to, again, understand. Michelle Preston wrote the police about Lisa. They, some of her, even with her reading it, her audience, some of them wanted to say that it was fake. Others of them wanted to blame everybody but Lisa. And the fun part was they also turned on John Cook last night. Some of them. That's right. John Boy got turned on too. Isn't that fun? I had a lot of fun looking through the transcript. I listened to a few minutes, but I was like, man, I just rather, I would just much rather not have to listen to this horrible freaking 4 hours of nonsense. And I just went in. So let me pull this up for you. Now, again, if you haven't seen this, this is quite amazing. Now they're having problems with this because it flies straight in the face of everything that they've said for a while, and they don't really know how to damage control it, you know. Oh yeah, Michelle. Remember before it was like Michelle was a little mad at me. We had a little tiff, blah blah blah. Well, it turned out they found out that she didn't have a little tiff. That Michelle went to the police about her. She went to the police about Gabe Weeks, and she should have. By the way, she should have gone further. She still should go further, but she said last night that when it came to the sheriff, she said that she had proved that Michelle is out of her mind. She's crazy. She's out of her damn mind. And that anybody talking about this would include Michelle Preston, or these are quote here, direct. You are a fucking lying sack of shit. Yeah, that's right. Isn't that fun? She admits, by the way, that they did indeed remove Michelle's comments back in the day. And she says that's really what turned Michelle. Not the fact that they wouldn't come off any money, or the fact that now they do call her greedy. And they say that one of the reasons that she got mad was about the money thing too, but also that they were banning her comments. They said that she got mad when we blocked her stuff on her channel, you know, and she was there was a mod that was removing some of the stuff that Michelle was saying, and Michelle got herself in trouble, you know, because she talks and all of us copy that. So they started banning her, you know, for her protection. Now, while that was going on, she was talking to old John Cook, she said. Why? Because Michelle Preston's a liar and twists everything. That's right. Her word. She said, I just talked to John, because when I talk to John, things don't get twisted. They don't get changed at all. Huh, that's weird. So she's saying that Michelle Preston is a liar and twists everything up. All of this is amazing. Now she has other speakers on too through this. You know, they're talking a lot of smack, but I said when the donations stopped coming in to help out, it wasn't from something any of them did, by the way. You know who caused all of the donations to stop? It was Michelle Preston. That's right. It was from Michelle Preston. She caused all the donations to stop. So all of the issues that were caused back when, that was all Michelle's fault. They blame her for the money. So fun times. Again, Michelle, you can just eat shit for it. They put you in a bankruptcy, so you can't do anything. Lisa wants to, I bet you money on this. You know, she wants to be part of your bankruptcy, so you can never sue her for the money that she stole. And she did steal your money. She went on a long little tangent about how it doesn't belong to you and it wasn't meant for this and that. Oh, and she was going to give the money back, by the way. Did you know that? Yeah. She was actually going to refund it in January to Only Me. But unfortunately for Only Me, she doesn't think his PayPal works anymore. So she's just not going to try. Oh my God. This is the best stuff ever. Oh, but I'm reading over notes. I made a lot of notes here, you know. But yeah, as far as Michelle Preston running her mouth, she kept apparently running her mouth at the wrong time, opened her mouth up in chat and stuff. And you know, she isn't allowed free speech. She isn't allowed to talk about whatever. They just shut it down because they know what's best for her. And despite the fact that Lisa is trying to protect her from putting her foot in her mouth, she just keeps going on and on, you know? And, so that, her going on and on, it immediately stops the donations and is never picked back up. So again, all your fault, Michelle. Like I said, you picked the wrong people to try to fuck over. When you went out and you tried to screw all of us, because we're sitting out here talking about this person who took your money. We're more than willing. Well, you know what? you took some of the stuff we had for you, but then you tried to placate Lisa and pretend you didn't do it. You should have went all the way. Again, the feds, they're the ones you need to go to. Fuck Levy County. Levy County ain't going to do anything for you. It should be the federal, I mean, they're making fun of you all the way to the bank. They are. I mean, you got these people, they are literally using blow. I mean, how much crazier can this get, lady? You got a guy, it's not one shot. And they've tried to turn it into this. Oh my God, by the way, let me read you a statement by none other than Paint Chips is, oh God, this is so nuts. This is Paint Chips's homeless co-host. He said, as far as drug use, he said, man, when I was in high school, they were all freebasing. They're cooking crack on the oven, man. I didn't even touch cocaine or heroin, not once in my life. But they were doing it. They were like in high school. What? They've tried to make this into a subject of drugs, drug use, about judgment over drugs, and not about how the hell are you paying for it? I mean, again, they've turned it into 5-hour energy drinks and everything else, when in fact, that's not the case at all. But they said about the donations, they were like, yeah, they never picked up. Yeah, no one sent any donations afterwards. They said, having back somebody that was attacking the hand that was feeding her didn't make any sense. So that is their own commentary about it. She bit the hand that fed it. So you're a dog, Michelle. You're a dog, and you were biting the hand that feeds you. Again, don't take my word. Listen to last night, dude. They got together and they had a little talk fest about why you're an absolute piece of trash. It was fun. There are a lot of quotes too. Yeah, but they said over that you couldn't have the money. You couldn't have any more because you were biting the hand that fed it. And also, they said, I'm not as apt to go back in there and volunteer too much because I don't want to get bit again. Huh. And then over this, you're like, she blames other people for things that what she's doing. She blaming me. And she said about the barn, even though, about the barn and then switching over to the camper. She was talking about the camper, where they wanted $5,000. Yeah, and they have a small fortune in money, but you know why she wouldn't give her the $5,000? Because there's no way that Michelle Preston could afford it. Huh. So they decided, hey, you know what? Even though we collected money in your name, and they deny it now, they decided financially there is no way you could actually afford the thing that you are currently living in, by the way. So therefore, they are not obligated to give you a penny. But they said if you would have kept, they said this is one of my favorite quotes. They said, if she kept her mouth shut, which is, the big problem with her is her mouth, I think the donations probably would have kept on coming in. So it's your big fucking mouth that kept it. Now, David actually said that the reason that he stopped giving money wasn't because of your big mouth, Michelle. It was because they couldn't show any proof that anything was going on. Funny enough, they started changing that story too. Did you know that even though they said they would have things completed by the end of January, she says that she told David, the donor, the guy who gave $56K, that they say didn't actually give $56K now. Now it's a different story. Too bad you said that over and over again in chats and more. Too bad you said that. But yeah, she said that she didn't tell him that when they picked up the money in November to December, that they would have things done at the end of January, even though there's screenshots showing that. Now it's, we wouldn't even get started until the end of January. Oh my God. Ah, the story. It just changes and changes and changes. It also says about Michelle that it was going to be just, hey, I'm going to sit back and a rocking chair, and you guys are going to build it for me. I wouldn't expect somebody to build a house for me. I'd expect to, roll my sleeves up and go out there and do something too. Huh. So, when I don't disagree that the people will probably put in some work, but you know what? You raised money to do exactly that. It wasn't for, remember, we heard about how they were elderly, how they were disabled, how Jeremy Hales was taking advantage of those two descriptors, elderly and indigent and disabled, right? So you're going to tell me that they're supposed to roll up their sleeves as elderly, disabled people and go out and just start slapping the barn together too. They didn't raise money for that, It's like, wait a minute. She really hammered the point that David, when he gave money, he either gave money, didn't say what it was for, therefore that's automatically her money. Or when he did, if he said like, hey, this is for the fence, if they put up the fence, that's it. She kept the rest. I mean, that is some fraudulent shit, but they freaking doubled down it. And again, they're like, we're going to sue. Oh, they're going to sue me over talking about Gabe too. Woo! Sue me. Fucking A, dude. I can't wait for that one. I can't wait to present more people. You know what's crazy is they banned yet another person for talking about not getting what they had been sold, and then they complained. So apparently they said that somebody actually got a package but had put in a PayPal refund request, because after not getting your stuff for 6 months, it's unfair for you to complain about it. We also had, let me throw this one up here too. We had other people asking. Now they were told they were going to get their package. Oh, it was just an oversight, even though 8 months. Check this one out. I like this one too. So here's somebody like, is it saying, I placed an order on 12/5/2025 and a follow-up email in March 20th, 2026. When's my order coming? I've been waiting silently for 8 months. Can I get an answer? You going to send my order or a refund? That's what I want to know. Why are you ignoring me? I just want the stuff I paid for. I tried through email. You didn't answer. Now, the shaming is apparently causing some people to fall in line. It's funny. Miss Lori apparently is falling back in line. These people talked about you as a flipper the other night, lady. They insulted you as a flipper because you asked for your package. They told you to stay the fuck in line and not to complain about stuff, but apparently it's falling back, and that's your prerogative. That is. But man, you know what? If it didn't become such a loud thing, you wouldn't have gotten shit. I guarantee you, if you didn't have Gabe in jail right now, and you have these people under siege because you have so many people talking about how they have been fucked out of money, that you wouldn't have gotten shit. So you're welcome. You're welcome. We'll fall back in line with those people, though. It's so crazy. Oh, I like this one too. Here, let me give you another one. The ED sorcerer was speaking. The erectile dysfunctional sorcerer. Yes, he was speaking too. Check this out. I like this one too. This is about how terrible that guy who gave $56,000 was. David Rickards blocked me after I wouldn't play his control game, after he sent me money to help with my mobility scooter. Wait, what? Oh, you talk shit about him. So here's yet another person that bilked money out of David the donor. And there are a lot of them. He still gives money. What blows my mind is he still gives money to people that sit on these panels, like Robbie sits on these panels and they talk shit about this guy. And he's like, please take my money. Like, are you kidding? Oh my God. A real friend would fucking hammer these people for it. Why don't they? But yeah, you have this guy. He's like, he sent me money for my mobility scooter. But I sit around and talk shit about him all the time, and he blocked me for it because I wouldn't play his game. Oh my God, dude. These people, man, these people are amazing to me. Well, I thanked him, but I blocked him. Oh my. Oh my. Exactly. Yes, we want discovery of all of this info. Exactly. You know, these people that are coming out and complaining. Also, the gifts and more. Yeah, we want it all. We want it all. So they continued talking about Michelle Preston. And she said, what she doesn't or didn't realize at the time, you know, when she tried to attack me, right? But in attacking me, she attacked everyone that helped her. Everyone else felt attacked because a lot of people helped. Yeah. So Michelle Preston is a piece of shit, apparently, because she can't get just a part of the money that was raised to pick up permits or to start the work even before the permits expire. See, these people are just some conning. These are some nasty mofos. Because before everything comes up, they have months to get these permits in. Months. And they don't do it. What do? They let them sit and expire. Then after they expire, you still have begging. And it stays off of the screen. But after all of that falls apart, you finally have it go public. And yeah, that's not only that, but you know, you're a piece of crap because you didn't appreciate them raising money in your name and not giving it to you. That's terrible. That's terrible. Oh, here's the other letter too. There was more than one. Again, what was really funny about this is when a lot of this stuff was read over, they again, many of the people in their chat, they're too stupid to realize. Like this story right here. Yeah, I mean, again, it mentions Gabe, and they were like, "Oh my God, she mentioned Gabe." Yeah, no shit. That dude has been in trouble for contract fraud. He's a liar. He's a thief. Grand theft. That is theft. How much more can you get? And they're like, no. That's civil. It's not civil. It knows that it's criminal. That's why he ended up on probation. That's why he's gone and tested dirty. And again, they want to make the drug test thing about it's an attack on the use of chemical. Oh, well, remember too, he's not an addict. He just keeps failing drug tests for cocaine. But they want to make it about the substance and not about how do you afford the substance. See, that's the real question here. That's not a cheap thing. That's why they keep talking about poppy seeds and other stuff. Because again, you know, if they start talking about how you actually would afford that, well, whose money do you think got spent on it? What money do you think that's coming up? So it continues on. Let's see. Let's look at some more of these too. They said on there, yeah, you know, people, they poured their hearts out. They took this project on. It was their heart they put out there. It was their heart. And they got bit. Yeah. So Michelle Preston, Michelle, nobody will ever help you again. These people are making it where, again, all of this is about them. You're going to end up homeless. You're going to end up without any property. You're going to end up with nothing. And they're going to make sure that not only do you have nothing now, but you cannot have anything afterward. They are bragging about this, and they want you focused and angry at Jeremy Hales, when again, they're the ones that set it up. It's also, there was a question in the chat today over with Ray's, and it's a very good, very astute question. Let me pull this up here because I think it's a magical one. Give me 1 second. Oh man. By the way, oh man, you know Gabe made the news? Gabe made the news. Let's look at that. Y'all want to see the news with Gabe in it? That's right. Gabe made the freaking news getting arrested. Give me a second. This is amazing. they keep saying again, you know, oh Lord. Yeah, apparently they're going to continue false flagging too. They stated that they're going to continue false flagging anything that's said about him, even though, like I said, you know, this is the way that you get your channel shut down. Got a lot of people working on you right now. So if you want to keep flagging people because you say that convicted felon living in the villages back in trouble, that's the headline about Gabe, by the way. That's right. Convicted felon living in the villages back in trouble. Wow, that's a beautiful. Oh my. Let me see if I can get some less pop-up. God, there's a lot of pop-ups on this. Give me a second. Let me see if I can get less pop-ups on this thing. Let me open Brave. Good God, what a lot of pop-ups. Give me 1 second. What a mess. I hate all the freaking pot. There we go. That's more manageable. All right, let's look at, sorry. It had like 500 pop-ups. If I lagged or something, it was because of that. Give me 1 second. But yes, they made the news. Oh my. 1 minute. I'm blowing it up. It's taking me a second. I thank you for sending that over, by the way. You know who's really good at finding things? I want to give a few people shout outs, by the way, as we go over this. Somebody that's really good at finding things is, well, of course, Melissa. She put up some amazing stuff. D Spills the Tea does a damn good job. Look at this. Convicted felon living in the villages back in trouble. Ooh. Ooh, ooch. Whoopsie. So he's a convicted felon. Oh, wait. I thought that was all fake. I thought that was wrong. I thought he wasn't a felon. Remember? They told you he wasn't. It's all defamation if we say it. Well, I hate to tell you, but I'm quoting the damn news now. Convicted felon Gabriel Weeks, who lives in the villages, is back in trouble. Oh, wow. Now, Sumter County, I've got a question for you, by the way, Sumter. I keep hearing about how you won't investigate convicted felon Gabriel Weeks or his wife or other convicted felons that are surrounding them for the things that are being brought up. But it makes me wonder how exactly that works, you know? I mean, that would seem like something you would want to investigate, claims about a convicted felon, right? But apparently, here, let me send this to somebody too. He's in the news, LOL. Isn't that fun? Poor Gabe. Convicted felon living in the villages is back in trouble. Gabriel Weeks, who lives in whatever, showed up last week for an appointment at the Florida Probation Office in Bushnell, according to an arrest report from the Sumter County Sheriff's Office. Turns out he was wanted for violating his probation in Volusia County on a grand theft charge. Wait a minute. Grand theft? I thought he never got in trouble for grand theft. I thought he never did anything wrong. I thought he was the greatest thing since sliced bread and the nicest person ever. Surely it can't be. Surely he isn't. Surely he wasn't on probation for something terrible, right? Where he took advantage of other people. No way. These are the kindest, most gentle people ever. And apparently cocaine just grows in 5-hour energy drinks. We're going to get to that excuse in a few minutes. Oh my, just a second. Let me reframe this wonderful thing. Now, deputies, let's see what it says about the rest of that. Deputies arrived at the probation office and took Weeks into custody. Oh, so he got popped at his probation office? Is that what happened? Huh. Because we've had conflicting reports about how that happened too. He was booked without bond at the Sumter County Detention Center, pending transfer to Volusia County. The villa is where he has been living. Appears to be a rental owned by a couple in Ohio. Oh shit. Hey, look, I'm not talking about the couple that owns that. It's interesting, though. Now that couple who apparently, according to 2L, through myself and Megan Fox, she, in fact, blamed her landlords for stating that Megan Fox had called her. That was their fall guy when they came out and said 100% that Megan Fox did it. Now, the excuse didn't make any sense because she said, oh, well, we've got Megan Fox's phone number, which they apparently did not have. But hey, and they brought myself up in it too. So they've been brought up with said media here talking about that. And it talks about them living in this area because, I don't know, maybe the people writing that don't enjoy the fact that these people are there doing all kinds of jacked up shit. In fact, I hope one of these staff writers one day looks into the rest of this story. Maybe they should talk to Michelle Preston sometimes, because I'm sure Michelle Preston might have something fun to say. They should talk to David Rickards, a.k.a. David, the donor, a.k.a. Only Me. The guy who gave $56,000 is now being treated like shit. Maybe they should talk to him. Maybe they should talk to many of the other people that have at best been slighted, but at worst, they've outright had money taken, products not given. I mean, just all kinds of craziness. But yeah, made the media. Huh? Isn't that fun? Because I heard that wasn't true. That, I heard that he had never been in trouble before. He's just a good boy. And that all of us meanies out here were lying about what was going on. It's funny that the very people, this is the way it always goes, though. The very people that are pointing out the nasty mofos that are doing this stuff and are actually just pointing out the facts on it and what has been going on with it, those people get targeted. They always get targeted, don't they? And yeah, according to 2L, she's over here. Let me read some of the stuff she was saying in. Give me 1 second. People are blowing me up about the about the villages thing. It's so funny. Got a bunch of people blowing me up about it right now. Yeah, with the village start mentioning it, like that's when it gets golden. Oh my God. I don't know who that first came from, by the way. Whoever found it first, I've had a bunch of people tell me, Shizzy, prop Shizzy, Coop, props Coop, T spilled the tea, props, and so on. Many people that probably wouldn't want their names out there. But yeah, they're all talking. You know what else is really fun too? Melissa posted something that I thought was kind of interesting. The two Lee's landscaping thing that they say isn't right. Well, apparently, when there were some problems in the past, there was a GW landscaping listed. GW, as in Gabe Weeks. Huh. Isn't that strange? That's very, very interesting. I think maybe that rabbit hole needs a little exploration because I'm curious where it leads. But she was talking about the jail thing. She's over in Ray's chat, so these are all public, and she stated, "I'm at the jail." Here, let me take some screenshots of this for you so you can see it yourself. Because oh Ray, she's running Ray's chat. This is when she's telling people if you you can talk about stuff, but you can't talk about anything that she doesn't like, or you're gonna get banned in Ray's chat. That would annoy me. I have to say that would really piss me off. Wouldn't it you? Like if you have your own channel. He was also sitting around though, and he was blaming all of us, saying that he got hacked after sending memberships. All those memberships he sent, all the hundreds, right after that he got hacked. And he said that was it was like, wait a minute. First of all, I don't know what kind of links you're clicking, but you probably shouldn't be clicking those. In fact, I would say some of the people you hang around with, maybe you should ask them some questions. Yeah, let me pull these up because we got them talking about jail themselves, right when they're telling you again. If you say you can talk about whatever as long as you don't talk about anything that matters. If you talk about anything that matters, your ass is going out of there. They will ban you. Again, not in her chat. In Ray's. She had taken over Ray's too. But yeah, here. Let's see. They were spreading the fact that he was out of jail. You remember that? Remember just the other day, we heard all these people saying that he was out of jail, right? They kept saying that we were all wrong. He was at home, all this stupid shit. In fact, it's in a bunch of the screenshots that Allison picked up. The chat, they are so confused by these stories that are coming up that they actually think the guy isn't in jail still. They're confused over the thing. And again, they're being sold so many crazy. At a certain point, you just have to sit back and think, wow, this is insane. Like, why can't they just admit to you that the guy has this record? Well, because if they admit to you that, then all of the missing money and all these other problems, you might just start asking questions. That's what Only Me did, and look what happened with him, which we'll talk about in a minute. But now the whole not in jail thing, yeah, well, you can see clearly in jail. And there were questions about, has he gotten bailed out yet? Oh, nope, not yet. He is not bailed out yet. So again, he is sitting there because he is not eligible for bail as of yet. And will he get it tomorrow? Well, they'll see. No, they talked about there. He's got his violation somewhere else. So he's sitting for a reason. But again, while all this discussion is going on, again, they are telling people in that chat that you can ask the right questions. If you ask, again, if you agree with the fact that 5-hour energy drinks will cause this, or Red Bull will cause it, you're okay. Open discussion is welcome as long as, you notice that asterisk. Open discussion is welcome, but false facts like Red Bull causing cocaine hits, or 5-hour energy drink causing the cocaine hit. Yeah, that should have gotten you banned, right? But no. As long as it's what they determine. And it's amazing, too, where they're saying this. Remember, Gabe actually admitted, according to the police, that he had this. He had these substances. He had taken them. It says it in the report. So they're saying, even though the report says this about Gabe, that it's actually something else. And we're going to look at that in just a second. But yeah, here's the report itself where it says that, with the violation. It says that the offender was in possession of a drug or narcotic not prescribed by a physician, to wit, cocaine, as shown by a urine sample obtained from the offender on 6/29 and confirmed by his admission on 6/29. So he admitted to it. Yeah, he did it. And, we saw him admit to stuff before, when they got pulled over that one time, he had marijuana on him. And again, I'm not trying to get up on the soapbox and preach to you about substances. That is not the point in any of this. I would like, first of all, if you're using coke, if you're on, I'm going to say this, if you're on probation and you're continually getting popped for cocaine, you've got a problem. You are an addict. You're an addict. But they lie. These people lie. So check this out here. I've been working on something to show you some of those wonderful stories that came up. Whoops, not the right one. That is where I'm going through it with. I also go through them with ChatGPT and make sure I don't miss anything, But I made let me a second. This one, here it is. I made a document on this too, so I could keep up with some of this stuff because there's so much of it. The cocaine mess. He's whining though. She's like, so the main images of Gabe snorting coke. And that's funny. Well. That's not what Gabe did, okay? He didn't do that, okay? So they make all these images. That's not what Gabe did, okay? Yeah. So send your prayers, Yeah, you better send your prayers because he somehow metastasized cocaine without ingesting it. How? Again, 5-hour energy drinks. So they start this. They're like, yeah. It's weird because they showed like a probation officer test and all this, right? And it was like 5 or 6 different energy drinks. Yeah, that's right. There's a video out there. Someone sent me a video the other night. It was kind of weird. They showed me like a probation officer testing all these things, right? It was like 5 or 6 different like energy drinks and 5-hour energy. Give me a second. 5-hour energy drinks. Oh my God, how in the world? 5-hour energy. I'm telling you, this is their new thing. That poppy seeds comes up in this too. Can we get some 5s in the chat? That's right. Hey, I've got an idea. If you'd like to send a positive message to Gabe, the next time you super chat, work in 5 somehow into it, whether that's a 5 in whatever you send or in that, or just putting 5s in the chat. So let's give him a lot of, you talk about a high 5. When somebody's like, hey, I want to give you a high 5, you're like, no. An energy drink, I don't want that. But yeah, it was a video testing energy drinks and 5-hour energy. When you go to the gas station, that's right. When you go to the gas station, you get this 5-hour energy, the small, like little things like they have in vitamins. in vitamins. Yeah, they're vitamins too. Yeah, did you realize that? Did you realize 5-hour energy drinks are also vitamins? They're vitamins that test positive. I guess that could be worse. I heard William S. Burroughs. Just a second. Yes, baby. I know, ma'am. I don't. Thank you. Yes, I'll open you an icy pop real quick. Give me a second. You want to bring it to me? Bring me one. I'll open it for you. She wants an icy pop. That's what she's asking for. She wants me to cut one open for her. So. This is so funny. I have never heard. I mean, these people, they will do anything to deflect away. I'm waiting on her. She has to come down. Yeah. But they will do anything to deflect away from the idea that this guy has a problem. They'd have probably gotten more empathy if they would have just come out and they would have said that this guy, he actually has an issue. Yes, ma'am.
We have a pineapple in the freezer.
A pineapple? Oh, you mean the one of those? Oh, cool. All right. You want me to open? What kind you want me to open you? That one? All right. Right. Give me all of it.
You don't want an icy pop? Why?
Because I'm lobster. I can eat it when I'm lobster. Let me crush it up for you.
Yeah, it's always cold when you do that.
Yeah. Yeah. It makes
Or
my
you
hands
can
cold.
take breaks when you do it, like put it somewhere that can hold it up if you have a icy pop on stream.
Yeah. No, it's not icy. It's can't. I don't like to chew when I'm talking. It's rude unless I'm just really hungry. Like if I hadn't eaten all day, I might eat something, but I try not to eat on stream because you sound like this. That's a terrible sound, you know? Yeah. Sounds like a cow. You know, cows do that all the time. They chew cud. They're like, they rechew their grass. When they eat it, they rechew it. It's gross, right? Would you want to listen to somebody chewing like that on stream?
No.
Exactly. So
White people.
they don't like that either. They're like, ooh, gross. So, you know. No. All right. Well, hey, go upstairs, have fun. Love you.
How are you doing on these streams?
Good. I'm covering some crazy stuff though.
Yeah, I can't wait for Mom to come over today.
Well, why don't you go upstairs and get your stuff ready? So, you know, to show off. All right. But I close my door, okay?
I just go show her my birthday gift.
Yeah, well, do that. Close the door, okay? You get whatever ready. Just close it for me. Close it tight, okay? All right, let me wake the screen back up. Lord. Oh, energy drink, vitamins. Here we go. So yeah, the 5-hour energy drink. It's like a small little bottle. It's like a jump start for like a vitamin type thing. What a description, right? It's a jump start for a vitamin type thing. You know, you've seen them a bunch of times. You know, they have them all over the gas station at the counters. You know, I have all that. Yeah, you know. But yeah, she's like, somebody asked about it, but she's like, yeah, you remember a month ago, and this when you guys if you didn't remember, like a month ago, well, actually 2 months ago is Gabe's birthday, right? Yeah, right. His friends, they wanted to take him out, but they never you know, wait, I'm jumping all over. What's going on? What's going on? So anyway, I mean, really, that's what happens in this. It's such a bad. You can tell somebody is lying because of the way that they handle this. I mean, look at it. It's gone from energy drinks to, oh, you ask a question, right? Well, yeah. You know, we were taking him out. Hey, wait, what's happening? A visitor, something? Oh, wait, what's going on? So he's like, oh, yeah. So anyway. So he went out with his friends, you know, he had a couple of beers. Now it's a few beers. Now he's not blitzed out of his mind right this second yet. All right. He goes out with his friends. And the one friend had his other friends there too. And they were all, you know, buying like, you know, shots for Gabe, you know, celebrating his birthday. They were also watching one of the World Cup games. Then afterwards, they went back to his friend's house and ended up. I was going to go live. It was his birthday. I was actually going to go with them, and then I was like, no, you know, go out, you know, because it's your birthday. Go ahead and have fun, because he doesn't go out with anybody, you know. He just hangs out, and he rarely ever goes out with anything, you know, with his friends or anything. So. Anyway, you know, I was going to go live, but around 9:30, I received a call from his friend. And he says, you might want to come over and get Gabe. And I'm like, why? And he goes, well, because he wants to go home. He says, you know, yeah. So yeah, that he's drunk. which is fine. Okay, so he just check this story out. So he goes out at I'm guessing night, and he's with a friend and some other people he doesn't really know, but he still goes home with these people, right? They're at a bar, but they go to home. Now, that's usually, when you go over to somebody's home, that's usually when things start, taking this certain path. That's how that usually goes. You're partying, you go to someone's home, you party harder. Yeah. Makes sense, right? Makes sense, right? Look at that there. Hey, by the way, I'm going to call that a 5. You ever catch yourself using Felisa's voice at home? Sometimes, well, my Felisa voices, you'll notice it's always the same. Honestly, if you listen to Felisa's voice, you know what that is? That's a mix between like Grimace, Jabba the Hutt, and Donald Trump. That's what it is. Because when you listen to all the layers, that's about the way. If I'm putting them together, that's how it is. It's funny. But so he's drunk, which is fine. But he ended up waking up the next morning, and he had like a really bad hangover. So at night he's like, man, I know you hope I didn't do anything stupid. He's like, I don't remember. I like blacked out or something. I don't remember anything. But the reason why I'm telling you guys all of this is because I've already said this one thing he did do was he took one of those 5-hour energy drinks. He drinks them all the time. Why, by the way, if he drinks 5-hour energy drinks all of the time, why has he never had a false positive before? I mean, if they cause false positives all the time and he's just slurping these things down like a madman, right? Then why exactly hasn't he had that problem before? I'm just curious about that. Oh man, look at this. Mostly harmless fuzzball. There's a 5 for 5-hour energy drink too. By the way, I'll read everything too. But look at that. Got 5s in the chat for a 5-hour energy drink. Look at that. 5 for the 5 to celebrate Gabe. That's right. 5 for his crash out. Oh my, this is the greatest thing ever. You know what I love? I love the fact that, again, they can't tell the truth. These stupid fuckers cannot tell the truth about anything. They will lie and lie because what it invites is questions about, again, money. They're out there fundraising and shit. People, when they drop hundreds of dollars on them, again, cocaine is an expensive drug. And this isn't the first time. If he had popped positive one time, maybe, although I'd still have questions about that. But when he's popping positive continually, he's got a drug problem. That's what that other lady said, by the way. She said when she was talking about him that he had a drug. They're saying they're going to sue over that too, by the way. I'm going to sue Tuck by saying that he has a drug problem. Well, he fucking keeps popping positive. I totally can say that. All the other stuff that I based on his record, I'll say that too. You fucking sue me. Like I said, I will make sure that not only do I get attorney fees out of you, but on top of that, I might just hit you for lost revenue of taking down stuff, which, considering you have to beg out $5,000, well, that seems like a problem for you, right? But I didn't even think to mention it, but someone needs this. But someone sends me this video, and I'm like watching it, and it's a probation officer who's laid out all these energy drinks, right? And he's tested these energy drinks with the tests that they use at like probation, right? Now, one of them is a Red Bull. So it's Red Bull and 5-hour energy drinks. That's right. Red Bull, 5-hour energy. They're the things that are causing this. Just remember that. Okay. Oh my God. You know, another thing too, if they don't have money, how the fuck do you afford Red Bull and energy drinks and cigarettes and all this other stuff and dope and beer? Like where's all that money come from? I know a person, they smoke a pack a day. Here, costs around $6. $6 a pack. Smoke a pack a day. That's $180 a month. Now again, it's your money. You smoke it. You smoke what you want. You do what you want. But you know, when talking about that, I mean, as far as what is that a year? I'm late. My mind is tired, so I'm just going to calculate it today. That's $2,160, just at $6 a day for that. If you continue on that course, that doesn't count. I mean, Red Bulls are expensive. All this shit is expensive, and who do you think's paying for it? I think I know who paid for it. You know. Let's see. This 5-hour energy drink stuff. So it's sugar-free Red Bull. The other one, so there's a sugar-free Red Bull. Okay. The other one was a 5-hour energy drink. You know, we just the normal one you've seen. If you know what I'm talking about. It's the one that they pretty much have everywhere. Then they did like organic, like vitamin B1 drink. They did a V12 drink. So they tested it. And so, guys, this is good information. You know, this is good information. You need to be careful. But what they did was they put a little bit of each thing in a paper cup, right? And then they tested each one with the same test that they use for probation when they're going to do urine tests and stuff. That's right. Urine tests and stuff. So what do you think happened? Well, they didn't take the camera off or nothing. Right. So it's no clip. They're not playing games or anything, right? So, they weren't playing with the cameras or the clips or anything. You can tell it wasn't edited and because I was like, you gotta be joking. This is crazy. This is crazy. How are they even getting away with putting these things on the market? And the thing is that they're, oh my God, it's so dumb. First of all, if you're saying something causes a false positive, it doesn't actually have cocaine in it, dipshit. And most of us, if something could cause, let's just say theoretically, which is the dumbest thing you can say, but just say it could, okay? The majority of us are not out there getting tested because of our chemical dependencies. We don't have that problem. So the majority of us... they're putting something out again. She's like, oh my God, what do you think? They're putting cocaine in it? Is that what you think? I mean, oh my God, how are they getting away with these 12? Holy shit. How in the hell do you remember to breathe, woman? You have to be one of the dumbest human beings on the planet to think this. Oh my God. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. And this is, you never realized they were running a comedy show, did you? But the thing is, they are because it's so little. You notice it catches the uhs on stuff. Little as far as what's in these these things, they're getting away with it. They're getting away with it. That's right. It's the it's 12-hour energy's fault that Gabe he pops positive, and they should be boycotted. Again, these people never take responsibility for any of their actions. Ever. I said, the people that listen to this, I cannot believe what I hear sometimes. I cannot believe that people sit around and they actually buy into this bullshit. Because this stuff is just so freaking insane. But the problem is when you do these tests, it's coming up so that the Red Bull came up with all these are things. I'm just gonna say they came up with all of these things, right? Methadone. So apparently, according to her, Red Bull tests for methadone. Red Bull tests for Suboxone. Now the funny thing is, the active ingredients in these are different. Let's see. What is the active ingredients in Suboxone versus methadone? So Suboxone has, what is that called? Porphine. I always mess the name up. It's an naloxone. I can't ever remember the blah blah. I can't pronounce it right. Methadone contains one single active ingredient: methadone hydrochloride. They don't have the same thing in them. So in order for them to test like this, you talk about ignorance. Now, I understand why this would be ignorant, by the way, and these ignorant people would buy into this shit because last night, Marla Hughes was saying that hashish, he would potentially test positive for that, for cocaine, because it has cocaine in it. Yeah, that's right. She said that a derivative from a pot plant somehow contains it somehow contains cocaine in it. Oh Lord! So of course they think it's methadone and Suboxone. Oh my God, this is so dumb. Yes, exactly, Lisa. In the end, Cleopatra, queen of denial. That's right. I agree. I very much agree. I mean, this is insanity. And one of them, the organic one, I believe, was the one that came up with PCP. Yeah. So look. Okay. So, oh my Lord. So, a vitamin B, I'm guessing is what they're saying, because they said they tested an organic vitamin B1 and a B12 drink. They said that came up as PCP. And sugar-free Red Bull is coming up as methadone and Suboxone. And if you don't know what a PCP is, it's like angel dust. It's like that. Like that actually explains it. Oh, you don't know what PCP is? Well, it's angel dust. What in the world? Oh my God. Oh my. That really explained it. But most of them came up as methadone, as Suboxone in them, but only one came up with cocaine. That's right. And I'm like, don't even tell me. And sure enough, it was 5-hour energy drink. The one that's very popular that you see in all the gas stations. Yeah, so Gabe, now she's like, well, I don't know if that's the case, but I'm completely shocked by it. I'm shocked. I'm shocked by it. Yeah. So even though, again, there's more of this to cover, by the way, but I just want to put something up here. Even though Gabe, again, he admits that he used cocaine. He admits to it to these folks. It's a 5-hour energy drink that did him in. Again, putting this back up here. Confirmed by the offender's admission. So even though he admits to use, they lie about it. This is unreal. It's absolutely unreal. And they lie about everything. That's the point. How can you trust them to tell you the truth about anything when they won't tell you the truth about everything, it feels like. Everything's got a spin to it. So, here's some poppy seeds fun too. Well, when when you go to a dispensary and they have all these different, kind of things that you can choose from, right? Some of your friends, they have the same thing. So you're testing things out, sharing whatever. I mean, people, we've had people come around, they smoke, different people's stuff. So she's talking about them, even though she's admitting here, which is just amazing to me to admit this, while Gabe's in trouble, she's admitting that when he goes and he gets his medicinal herb, that actually they bring over many other people and they share it with different people and they just smoke out. What a thing to admit to, right? Oh, he's already in trouble for one thing. You realize that's illegal, You can't just be like, oh yeah, hey, why don't you try out this pot that I got? Oh my God. I'm not saying people don't do that, but my Lord. It's like this idiot is sitting here trying to get Gabe in more trouble. It feels like it sometimes. Like, are you trying to keep him in jail? I mean, maybe. Oh. Okay, let's continue. Because they're testing things out or whatever, right? So the first time Gabe thought that something was whatever, he smoked out, which this was in a pipe, right? And that's what he thought. He went right to his probation officer and told him, because after smoking he felt a little weird. He thought it was something different. So look, they're saying that Gabe went and was sharing he was sharing his medicinal herb and smoking shit with other people, and he thought something different was in the pipe that he was using, which obviously was not his pipe, I'm supposing. He goes and tells his probation officer, according to her, that this feels a little weird. It feels a little strange. Maybe there's something else in here. Oh my God. Even if this was totally legit, what the fuck kind of people are you hanging out with here? I thought these were like not your friends, because if you're going into a dispensary and you're getting your herb, right? You really don't have a lot to worry about with that. But if you're hanging out with a cracked out crowd, this is the kind of stuff that, it's kind of weird. I mean, this is very strange, isn't it? Actually, Miss Diana, they do turn all of this before the night is over. They do turn this into a Jeremy hate-a-thon. They have to wrap it up in a tiny bow with that, right? Because somehow, well, if they don't have that, all these questions are starting to linger around Lisa. They're starting, people are asking questions about, again, money, about what's going on with Gabe. All of this ties in together. Where is our stuff? All of these questions that, why aren't you, when you do giveaways, you're saying, oh, you're a flipper. You don't qualify anymore, even though we gave it to you, even though you won it. They find all these reasons to get out of it. And, that's not, it's not good. It's not good. But he goes to his probation officer. He said something's different. Could have been the pot. We don't know what he thought at that time, which was where he got the name Poppy Seeds. We're like, I don't know. It could have been the bagels, That's with the poppy seed thing, because we were looking up the poppy seeds. Like, are you kidding? But anyway, so now they said that the poppy seed thing was something we came up with, alleging that Gabe was a heroin user. You remember that? So even though they came up with it, we laughed at it because it was stupid. She was blaming everything bagels. They did 3 live streams blaming everything bagel and poppy seeds for the last cocaine hit, which would not test. If it was possible to test, they would not come back as cocaine. Then they spun it as they never said that. Actually, we did that to say he was a heroin user. But I, unfortunately for them, have clips of them saying, because I thought it was so funny, I clipped it and laughed at it, put it on Facebook. Now we're back to they actually did say it. Strange, isn't it? I mean, it's just, I'm sure it'll change again later. What's maddening about this is, again, the people that are sitting over in that chat, they have to notice this. I, for the life of me, do not get how you can deny seeing this stuff happen. And remember, too, Michelle Preston was supposed to be this great person. Like with the stuff we talked about before. This used to be about Michelle Preston. Until the money became a problem. Until the cocaine became a problem. Until the records became a problem. And then suddenly, when anybody asked about it, and that would include Michelle Preston. As much as I do not like Michelle Preston, that would include Michelle Preston. Because the major donor, only me, asks questions, he gets the boot. He gets attacked. He is blamed for ruining her reputation. That's right. She blamed him for ruining her reputation last night, too. Because she didn't ruin her reputation. He did it to her. He ruined her reputation. Giving her the money that she didn't turn over, that's actually his problem. Asking questions about what's going on, that's his problem. He ruined it. He's the bad guy. Michelle Preston, who you're supposed to believe every single word out of her mouth, she's a bad guy because she contacted the police and contacted other people about getting her money. Michelle, if you had the stones to go for it, you could have put these people in jail. And you know one of the problems that they would have? Restitution. Do not let them in your bankruptcy. Don't let them weasel away and pretend that somehow in some way that this money was theirs. You might actually get some restitution from it. And to be honest, that's a lawsuit you probably could win. One you could probably get some money from. And to be honest, if you went to the police correctly and you brought up all these felons and shit, not to Levy County. Levy County's useless. Go to real police. If you went to real police, you probably could do something about this. And that's why they were terrified of you before, Michelle, because they thought you actually had the backbone to do it. But you proved them wrong. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to grab something here. But yeah, I mean, isn't it something? They continue with this excuse, by the way. Just to say how crazy this is. Look, I sat down and made notes. I had ChatGPT help me put them in the right areas and stuff. But look, this is all about the excuses. Look, 13 fucking pages of it. 13 pages of lies and bullshit. Where they lie about everything from, they can't even tell you the truth about what type of problem this is. They lie and tell you that, again, it's a civil issue. They can't even be honest and say that this is criminal. It was all civil, but supposedly Gabe, he takes his plea deal and that turns it criminal. But before it was civil. That's not how it works. You were being investigated for fraud. Holy crap, man. But anyway, I mean, everything. It's all lies. There's 13 pages of them talking shit about Michelle. I gave you a few highlights. There's 13 pages of it. You see how these quote blocks are? They have 4 hours. They shit on customers. There's 10 pages of that. I mean, it is unreal. And of course, it's everyone else's fault. Oh, and of course, they're going to sue Megan, but they're like, she thinks that Friday's the end. Of course, they're not going to have a lawsuit ready by Friday. Yeah, next Friday, that's going to be her last day. Otherwise, it comes back. they're not going to sue Megan Fox then. But don't worry, they will get her. They will. They promise. Megan's been like, I hope they do file. And they haven't. All these idiots, man. All these freaking idiots. So, and they're like, so off the poppy seed, she's like, so anyway, that's the joke kind of on here. They've been running with that because why they've been nicknaming them poppy seeds. But anyway, so it went out on his birthday. Went out on his birthday. He asked his friend if he remembered anything because he didn't remember. And his friend said, I didn't see you do nothing. So he thought it was fine. Everything was great. He went in and told his probation officer the next day. This is Saturday night. Now let's see what he told him. So he told his probation officer on Monday night, Tuesday night, he completed all of his classes that he had to do. So he told his probation officer on Monday what happened. They did a test on him, but they never said anything to him. Okay, so also, again, here's another question I would propose to folks out there. You know, he's had to pay restitution again for people he fucked over. He fucked over from that. You know who's been paying for it? They have. So on these days when they're talking about him taking classes and having to do this and that, where do you think those? You're talking about people who said that they can't afford to do X, Y, or Z. They have almost $900 here in costs just related to Gabe's expenses. Where'd that come from? The chat paid for it. They did. And they didn't pay for it from just singular super chats backing their show. I mean, where are they getting money? You see where the money's coming from. Again, why is that an issue? Because it's supposed to be for other shit. How much of Michelle Preston's money went into this? How much of the Sue Megan Fox or car funds or whatever? They're like, oh, we can use it for whatever we want. Yeah, you can use stuff. You know what, though? If I tell you, hey, if I were to say, hey, I've got these medical bills, they're crazy, and I need help. If I then went out and the next day I got arrested for using cocaine, you'd probably think that I used the money that I set aside for medical bills. You would think I'd use that for cocaine, right? That would make sense, yeah. I mean, that would be the that'd be the obvious choice. It wouldn't be no, this isn't it. I like, by the way, the chat last night too, while I'm thinking about it. Again, John Cook, they turned on you too, buddy. That's right. Lisa, even though they want to make you the good guy, because you're still chit-chatting and probably helping fuck Michelle over in some way too. The chat didn't want any of that. The chat said, you're the bad guy too. I thought it's funny because they want to hang somebody. They want to blame somebody. And when she's getting people riled up to try to keep them off of her, I mean, I guess it's better anybody than her, right? So the probation officer, he says, goes in. They don't tell him anything, even though, again, it says that they told him and he admitted to it, right? So he just thought everything was fine. But a week later, he was because when Gabe finished his classes and he paid off the restitution, he was supposed to be getting off probation. See, that's been the kick. That's been what they've been working on. They've been working on getting his ass out of all of his trouble. Yeah, because that way it doesn't look like even though he's popped dirty multiple times. And there should be stuff that they should look into. In my opinion, they should be looking into both of these people for all of these money things. But they want to clear it off to say, oh, no, look, we've been doing everything right. Sumter County, oh, no problem. No muss, no fuss. But they can't keep their shit straight, and they can't keep their fucking... He can't keep his nose out of it. Literally. But, so next week... Wait, let's see. Look at people are like, oh, look, this person here. They're like, oh, well, coffee wouldn't allow me to use my credit card. But this is for Gabe. Oh, this is for Gabe. Gabe's using fucking cocaine. You guys paid for it and you're giving him more money, you dumb fucks. You gotta trust me crazy. These people are the stupidest fucking individuals on the planet. They deserve to be fucking taken. I'm to the point where I'm like, fuck them all. Fuck them all. They deserve what's happening to them. We have told them over and over and over and over again. And you have to be willfully blind to this stuff. At this point, how do you lie to yourself anymore and say that this is not a problem? How many other, who do they have to turn on before it's a problem for you? The Michelle Preston stuff, not enough. I mean, I get it. I get it. But again, not really. If I told you that, again, I'm not saying anybody is the greatest thing since sliced bread. When we cover this, I like Jeremy Hales, right? I like, you're allowed to have any opinion you want on him, though. In his cases, I 100% think that these people did him very dirty. They did. Absolutely. But you can have any opinion. And it's amazing. These people told us, though, that you can't have other opinions about Michelle Preston. There is only one opinion. It is that she is innocent, indigent, elderly, everything, and kid. Give money, give money, give money, give money, give money, give money. Then cocaine pops off. Give money. Still give money. Give money. Michelle Preston's talking about how she didn't get any money. Give money. Well, they're not going to pay for my stuff. Permits are not going to give money. It's fucking crazy. At a certain point, people are complaining about not getting their stuff. Give money. You're not allowed to ask questions. Give money. At what point? At what point is there a problem? Just crazy to me. But anyway, so anyway, he thought everything was fine. And then when he went in next week, he asked him, so what happens? So what happens? Do I need to send the motion to the court to get off the probation, or how does this work? And he says, well, no, we sent, well, what it is, we're waiting to find out about a warrant. And he's like, oh okay. And he left. And then he's driving back. He comes home and he's like, I think you need to call the probation officer. Why? He said, because when I asked him about the motion, when I asked him about the motion, it sounds terrible together. And how to get off of it, he said something about a warrant. And I said, for what? And he said, I don't know. Because I know of like, whatever. And then he walked out, and I'm thinking on the way home, what the hell would there be a warrant for? What the hell a warrant for? So we called him, and I told Gabe, what's it called? Violated, right? Here's the thing: you're allowed to drink alcohol. It's legal, right? Actually, you know what you're not allowed to do? You're not allowed to do it. Oh, they're telling you that, actually. Yes. You know what they're not allowed to do? They're not allowed to do it in excess. So when they were talking about him getting blackout drunk, while you're on probation, you can't do that. And again, I don't want people tripped up for technicalities over that kind of shit. If you're drinking, but it is a violation. So the stuff that she's talking about, yes, it would indeed be a violation. It would indeed. It's just funny because they pretend that he's never had. So the way they make it sound, he's never had a problem. He's not an addict. If you say he's an addict, you get banned over there, by the way. Just remember that, too. You will be banned in the chat for saying he's an addict over there as well. But it says on his paperwork, Gabe didn't know this, though. He signed, they didn't know it's fine print stuff. It says it's something about not doing intoxicants to excess. So, wait. He didn't read the fucking fine print on what he signed. So her excuse there too is if he got pumped for that, well, it's because he didn't read the fine print. Are you kidding me? That freaking document, it doesn't. We're not talking about like when you sign up for Amazon Prime. We're talking about your freedom here. So you're telling me that you guys did not read the fine. You want to know that you're dealing with some of the stupidest people on the planet? Things like this. If you took this at its word, I don't know the rules of my own probation. What now? You have to be a moron. An absolute moron. but Gabe told him, being where he was, and they bought him shot after shot, and he was like kind of out of it. He didn't know, and he did anything that in itself could be a violation, right? So that's why Gabe wrote down in the paper that's what he did. So are they trying to tell me that when he admitted to use, are they trying to say that what he really said was that he drank to excess? Is that what that is saying? I'm confused because when they talk about things, it's somehow hard to figure out what exactly is being stated sometimes. But, for example, they were talking last night about only me and about giving back money. And they made this statement like this. And I was like, well, what does that mean? So they said, let's see. Give me 1 minute. They said something with PayPal, and they said with PayPal they were going to give it back, but they said, here's the statement. They said, but if I was going to turn around and give it back to Rickards, there's no way I could even send it to him because his PayPal is done, as far as I know. PayPal is done. Are you saying he's ghosted? He doesn't have his PayPal anymore? So there are things like that pop up. How would you know that? He hasn't been giving you money. Did you try to refund him? So you see what I mean? I was like, what does that mean? So sometimes when stuff comes up, I'm like, what the hell is that supposed to mean? So this mushmouth shit. But that in and of itself could have been a violation. So we don't know if he actually failed the urine test, or I think it says that he did. I forgot what it says on there. Yeah. We've only shown it over and over again, and they've been confronted with it. But I'm sure they decided they were going to false flag anybody talking about it, by the way, because it's all lies. Oh, they said that last night too. I'm telling you, fatty. I'm telling you, I'm really, see, I hate to lose the comedy here. I really do. But I wonder, see, the problem with flagging any of their stuff is if you hit them, they lose access for 7 days. That's 7 days you don't get to laugh at stupid like this. And I mean, this is amazing. Why would anyone want this to go away? Why would anybody want it to go away? I mean, I hate it for, again, I hate it for some people, but at the same time, the comedy routine is pretty funny. You got to admit. Gabe is as pure as the driven snow. Holy shit. Oh, here's some Coke money. Oh, wait. That is Coca-Cola money for Bug. Thank you. Oh, look, we can bulk buy some poppy seeds. Bulk buying poppy seeds. You people are crazy. Y'all crack me up, you know? Yeah, see, this is the right here. There should be no use of any intoxicants or drugs, period. Now, there is a caveat. Here's one of the problems with the caveat for it. He has a medicinal marijuana card. You are totally allowed to use medicinal marijuana when you are on probation, 100%. And I do not have a problem with that in any way, you know, but what I have a problem with is he's talking about smoking out. They're getting high as shit and bragging about it in streams, driving high as hell, and apparently sharing with other people. That's not medicinal marijuana use anymore. That is something else. All right, let them cook. I saw that come up. That's funny. Yeah, on probation, do any substances, period, even alcohol. Clean life is the smart thing to do, too. No booze, nothing. I was on DWI and once for assault, so no first hand. Now, I've not dealt with a lot of, like, I've never had it myself. You know, I've never had that before. And the person around me was on, they had a DUI. So that I saw how they handled that. You know, they put the machine in your car and stuff like that. But as far as just regular stuff, no. I didn't know. I wasn't sure about how that works. I should probably read the particulars of his, you know. It's just crazy because apparently he never did, according to them. But you know, he never was told that anything. But he agreed to the fact that he shouldn't have been there. Basically, if you're around people that are doing crazy, you shouldn't be around them. You know, because so we don't know. Like it's such a mess. I mean, really, it's hard to read this shit sometimes, how that works. But now we do. Yeah. So they didn't know how it works, like hanging out with a crowd you shouldn't. But now they do, man. Now they know how it works. Really, that's what they just said. Look, she said he was never told anything about like a failed drug. Okay, but he shouldn't have been there. But basically, if you're around people that are doing crazy, you shouldn't be around, you know, because that's so we kind of don't know how that works, but we do now. How being around the wrong crowd, we didn't know how that worked before, but we do now. Okay, that's a very interesting assertion. But anyway, he doesn't believe he did anything. His friend said, no, you did, you know, he didn't, but he said that he failed the test. He just finds it very odd that they didn't tell him when he left. Now it says on there that he not only was told, but that he admitted to use. So either number one, she's fucking lying. Number two, Gabe's lying to her. Or number three, the paper's a lie. Well, what do you think? I'll leave it up to you. You know, is Gabe lying or they're all, like I said, either she's lying, he lied to her, or the probation officer lied. Who do you think lying? Now, when you're coming off probation, sometimes they try to they try to keep you in on it. Look, she's blaming them, by the way. This is actually a plot, a conspiracy to keep Gabe on probation. Did you know that? That's right. See, apparently, sometimes when you're coming off of probation, they try to keep you in it. You know, like probation is set up for you to fail in the first place. And that's no excuse, by the way. That's just reality. So they set him up. It's a setup. It's a setup by the probation officer. Now, so he's like, okay, whatever. So we knew about this like a month ago, which is odd that it was filed after July 4th when it happened, a week before, because they should have filed it, pronto. Like, wait. So you already knew about it, but you didn't know about it? I'm kind of confused here. They knew, but they didn't know, right? Okay, gotcha. And it was just waiting up to that morning, and no warrant. But we knew there could be a warrant. So, but when you have a probation officer asking for a warrant, they're pretty much going to give it to them, Yeah, they're going to give it to them. So, here's some other idiot giving money. So thank you, idiot, for giving money. So we knew it was coming. There was this thing that was coming up there. When he had a warrant, he was going to go over to Volusia County, which is where the warrant was going to come from. That was the point. He didn't want to sit in county and wait till it's over. So if he would have went over to Volusia County, he would have seen a judge right away. He could have either gotten bonded or a bond hearing. So that kind of sucks. Yeah. It could take days. It could take months. This is such bullshit. There's so much of it. I'm telling you. But the story again, it's it's changed somewhat. And again, you can't believe the paperwork because it's probably just a setup, according to them. Sumter County. Again, this is what Sumter County throws in with. Sumter County throws in, according to them, with people that call them all liars and shit and say that they're all getting set up. Sumter County supposedly is throwing in with people they know is on probation and stuff. They're getting complaints about how there is potential fraud going on. People are actually complaining saying that they've had money taken from them. These people don't want to investigate. They don't care. Florida doesn't care. Even with a person that's on fucking probation. Isn't that amazing? So, now, as far as all of that is concerned, too, give me a second. They have all of that going on. And like I said, they had the attacks on Michelle Preston going on, too. Talking again, they keep saying that while all this is going on, you have people asking questions about money. So they're building that in, and they're saying that the real reason Michelle Preston didn't get her property done wasn't just the permits. It was because she couldn't keep her fucking mouth shut. So it cut off all the money because they would have eventually made enough money for her to finish her place. I mean, oh my God. But yeah, they were talking about too. Not just the barn. They said that they're talking about the fence, Christmas, everything. She's ungrateful. That's why people stopped. They poured their hearts out. They took on the projects and they got bit, which is why nothing more comes in. They said that about Michelle Preston. I mean, it's wild reading this stuff over. Let's see. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to pull up another document here. Yeah. I pulled up. Said 3 of them. There was also this wonderful attack on Little Bit. Now the Little Bit stuff was kind of amazing, because Little Bit there didn't get a package, it sounds like. And Little Bit was somebody that bought something, I'm guessing 6 months ago from the sounds of it again. Well, the Little Bit thing here. Check this out. I want you to check this out with me. This is wild. Because Little Bit actually stole from her, according to her. This is so nuts. Why does anybody deal with this? For real. Why do you 56K for a powder tweet? Those donuts, 56K for a donut thief. Those donuts were powdered. Yep, look. Yep. Red Bull, everything bagels, 5-hour powdered donuts. Yep. Yeah, exactly, man. I know a lot of people that are F-ups or that are F'd up, Travis, and they could make it. Exactly, brother. Exactly. Jada, to buy yourself a laced 5-hour energy drink to enjoy Monday with me. Oh my. Oh, you canceled a membership a week ago. Oh, you monster. No. You're the devil. Banned. I love it. These people, man. If somebody said that over there, I bet you'd get banned. I'm sorry, I'm canceling. Banned. So here's the thing, talking about one of the people in there for PayPal cases. Why is Candy in my chat talking about a little bit? Why is there a Candy in here talking about a little bit in my chat? Is that little bit? Little bit got her package the other day. She complained she wasn't getting it. And she ironically claims that she didn't get the minors. Now, I turned it into minors like children, but it's supposed to be, I guess, little minors, like little statues of people with pickaxes mining. but she got lots of products, actually. And she claimed finally she did email Lisa. Lisa went off on her. So who is Candy? Candy, why are you talking out there? They're going to ban you. You're not allowed to talk about this. Why are you coming in my chat and starting bullshit? Because she did. Because I know exactly where those miners went. And everybody's box is ordered. So here, she didn't think I mailed out her packages. I can tell you what happened right now. This dumb nuts went off and was claiming all kinds of crazy shit, slandered me left and right. She sent screenshots of this chat, okay? And then an hour and a half later, she tells me she threatened me that she was going to contact PayPal. Yeah, because, 6 fucking months. You don't get a package. You get 6 months to report. You get 180 days. So you can see why maybe they would want to report that, right? But I was like, wow, out of nowhere, you're threatening me? Okay. She said, I watch, but you sent me screenshots of this chat or whatever. And I was done with it at this point because I knew her package was going to be there the next day. So I was like, all right. I'll leave it alone. Apparently, she had talking a lot of to do, and either way, the package arrived the next day, but not before she went and she made it. I'm going to tell you exactly what she did. She went and made 11 cases against me in PayPal, which could potentially kill my PayPal account. Actually, what every one of these fucking people needs to do is file with PayPal. You don't get your packages, file with PayPal. They fucking don't use donations correctly, file with PayPal. They start soliciting money. They're talking about, hey, projects here, file with PayPal. You tell them. That's how. For snorting straws. Oh, Lordy. Get some goat trophies. Along with my goat trophy, look, I'm going to get a snorting straw. I'm going to set them up together. They're going to be working it out together. Oh, Lord. But she's like, she does 11 cases for each thing that she bought, okay? Look, so apparently 11 items and she hasn't gotten them. So this is the fucked up thing. What we're hearing about now, the excuses, it's all these people's fault, by the way. They buy something, say, in December. It becomes August, and they don't understand that she only mails once a month. And even though it's 8 months, she actually hasn't mailed you because she mails once a month, and she's not Amazon, she said. And what was the other thing? Oh, yeah, she adds everything to the box. So you got to pay more money, even though she once you set a price, by the way, you can't come back and change the price over and over. I think a lot of those people, like I said, I think they all owe us, anybody who's gotten packages, you owe us all a thank you. Because if there wasn't scrutiny on them, I don't think, after 8 months, I don't think you were going to get a package. Just, that's well beyond any time frame. But But here's what happened. So I was able to provide PayPal, the tracking number for each one. Okay. And then I turned around and I was like, are you kidding me right now? You literally, you went and literally did that to me because you thought you weren't going to get your package. Meanwhile, this entire time, you keep buying stuff from me. All along, I'm building up a box to the point where it's full and I was going to send it out. Yeah. So they kept spending money and she's not mailing them anything. I would see that as a problem. Wouldn't you? Like at a certain point, like after so many months, I'd be like, I don't think I'm going to get any of my shit. This is a problem. I like how, by the way, some of these folks that seem to have been okay with it now after they've been fed an excuse or something, they noted how they've written many times and they were ignored. Again, when it becomes loud enough, when you got to get other people involved too. Apparently Ray had to get involved for someone. So they couldn't get it done themselves just by being a customer. They had to roll somebody else in to actually get things fixed. That's nuts. That is nuts. Absolutely nuts. By the way, too, Amsterdam pigeon, by the way, you know what? If you did have to cancel, for sure. You know what? I appreciate all of and I understand things change. All joking aside, I joke, but these people make me feel shitty with joking, because they show me what ingratitude looks like. And I don't understand that. I don't understand how people that have probably seen more money in the last year and a half than they have ever seen in their lifetimes can be so ungrateful and treat people that back them like teetotal shit. I mean, you're talking about too, like one thing I didn't see brought up last night, by the way, and I would really love to hear about when she was talking about her eviction issues. Yeah. Back in 2020, when she was making excuses for that. Again, this is not about that. This is about products. She had put this in. This got brought up yesterday. She said to the judge, she said, "Hey, Your Honor, my income has been affected by the beer bug since mid-January of 2020. My small business gets its products from China." That's right, China. China was shut down during the New Year's festival in mid-January. Customs was shut down. No products was being able to ship or receive in the United States. So they have said many, many times that they don't use Chinese products. They use products from somewhere in the States. They always have. You're wrong. You're wrong about them being drop shippers. You're wrong that they're using Temu and other things to get their products and basically marking them all the way up. And yet, this subject comes up. Now, when you look at that, doesn't that make you go, that really is kind of bizarre, right? I mean, it is strange for them to say, again, they never use the platform where you can buy. We were talking about this last night. So we're talking about crystals. For example, I had been given some products to check out. And these products were essentially a marble. I'm going to call it a marble and a piece of quartz crystal. Just a pretty small quartz crystal. It's about the size. It's not about the width, but about the size of said marble. Here it is, actually. I brought this up yesterday to give you an idea of how big these are, by the way. So here's the quartz crystal. I'm going to put it beside here's it by a keychain. Like this is one of those little keychain plastic novelty pieces. This is one from Dungeon Crawler Carl. But you can see how small that is, right? That is it's teeny compared to it. So it's about the size of a marble. Both of these together, not counting shipping, by the way, both of these together cost $40. I didn't pay that, but that's what the person that bought them paid for these two things. Now, for the crystal right there, that's about $1 on Temu. It's about $1. You know what? I think I'm going to order one from Temu. I'm going to order it and compare and contrast. So that's about $1 worth of crystal. And then there's the marble, which individually is about 30 cents. You get a pack of them for about $2. But the little crystal marble. Now, of course, when Temu sells it to me, it's not magic. So these are magical crystals. We're told all the time that these people, they don't just sell you rocks. They sell you magic rocks. And again, if you believe in crystals and all of that, that is your prerogative. I'm not making fun of that. What I am making fun of is the fact that people whose lives are so disoriented and fucked up telling me that they have magic crystals, you know? Yes, you see these smudges on here? That's from wiping off their dirty ass crystal, by the way. Yes, the dirt, that's from cleaning their nasty rocks that were sent to me. Yep. They were sent just like they were, and they were gross. They were freaking gross. Yeah, right, exactly. Mark Rober should watch out. Lisa's going to dethrone him as a top STEM YouTuber or copyright striker me. Exactly. Yeah. Thanks, 2012. Making Tug say y'all is better membership. No, it's not. Devil. Yep. There's the other thing, Andre. Buyers, they need to stiffen that backbone up. They do. Again, if you get defrauded after a little while, you'd think you'd have a problem, you know, because it's so here's the rest of that. By the way, here's the story. She blocks that person too. You're not allowed to mention them anymore. So here's the giveaway person. So she didn't even have her tracking number to know whether it was coming or not. But she expected it on Saturday and it didn't arrive. Okay, but she actually did receive it. But before she went to her mail, before a mailman came, she made 11 cases against me on PayPal. What happens when you do that? They take the money out of my account. Okay, so everything she paid for gets deducted out of my PayPal. So she got her money back, right, for everything she bought. Then her package arrived a couple hours later. She got her package. She got her money. She got her package, and she still has her money. So she got everything for free. That cost me money. It cost me money on packaging, obviously. I'd lose whatever little profit I would have made off her anyway. I lost shipping, and I lost the product, the shipping, the package. Yeah, what a profit. So enjoy your package there, little bit. What she didn't do was when she received it, she didn't go back to PayPal and fix it. And what she did when the email says she was sorry this and sorry that. And so I was like, I'm sorry. You know what? I don't want to get screwed over. So something like, I've been screwed over before. Yeah, well, guess what? I didn't screw you over. In fact, you screwed me over. And then I went live, and guess what? The first thing I saw, the second I came on, a little bit in the chat saying, going hi for this one, hi to that one, hi to the other one. I'm like, hell no. See ya. And I blocked her. And then she came in under another screen, and then I know it's her, and she knows I know it's her. Everyone else knows it's her, but they didn't know, but they don't know it's her. And I'm like, okay. And I was like, oh no, no. And shocking that it was her in the first place, made the complaints at all over everything threatening. But the bottom line is that she got her package. She did these things, you know, and they're talking about the whole time. They're like, you know what? She stole from you. That's right. She stole from you. Now, meanwhile, again, you have people in the chat that are saying things like, I put 3 messages together. I noted this at the beginning, and they said they're going to handle it. We'll see. We'll see. But again, you have people that are complaining that they haven't for 9 months. Well, they said 8 months, but you're really talking about going on 9 months here. They're talking about 9 months they haven't gotten anything. You have like this person here. They're like, hey, I ordered on 12/5/2025. Again, I buy a package on 12/5/2025. I would expect if this was an isolated case, that would be one thing. But you have people over and over that are complaining about this stuff. But they're like, hey, I've sent a follow-up email in March, on March 20th. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but we have April, May, June, July. We're on August now. So we're almost 5 months since the day that was written. And there was no follow-up, apparently. So 5 months. And they were like, whoops, we lost you. Yeah, No, maybe, maybe this is because, again, they're in the middle of a maelstrom of people like complaining about not getting their shit. At one time, she was saying that, well, we hadn't gotten our packages in. And that by itself is nuts. Because at the same time, she was saying, I had a bunch of packages over here on the side, and I forgot to send them. But she was like, and he was asking, I've been waiting silently for 8 months. Can I get an answer? You're going to send my order or a refund? That's all I want to know. And then she was told, oh, yeah. We're going to get on that. We're going to do it. So why are you ignoring me? What's up? I just want my stuff I paid for. I tried through email. You didn't answer. So when they say that they're answering emails and all this other shit back and forth, right. Just like with donors and stuff, donors are being told that they're liars. They never gave money. How many of them have we seen so far that's happened to? Like everybody's a liar, a fraud. Or you're just not patient enough. It's always your fault. It's always your fault. Never, ever her fault, which is astounding. Let's go over some more of the Michelle stuff, though. I mean, that blows my mind to see. Because, again, these people are telling you that somehow, in some way, you caused the problem. Like, after a while, that would piss me off. That would piss me off. Give me a second here. It's so funny, though. All this stuff that's coming together. You have this perfect storm of shit, Oh, by the way, Tori was threatening to put out info about me. How about this, Tori? You put out what you have about me, and I'll put out everything I've learned about you that I haven't put out yet. How's that sound? I'll put everything. You put out everything like you tried already with you and your friend talking about fake grooming allegations and stuff, which you already opened yourself up for some shit. But I'll throw out everything I've heard. I haven't had any of my kids go out and talk about degeneracy, for example. You know the article I'm talking about. Maybe I should read that with people just to remind them who they're dealing with. Should we have some of that conversation? People seen that. Maybe we should talk about the stuff they haven't seen yet. So yeah, let's play that game. I would love it. Like, I got some info on the tug. Yeah, okay. I'm game. Let's play. I'll drop everything I found. Everything I thought, well, that's not something that should be public. I'll put it all out there. Now, they started talking about Michelle. And again, check this out. This is all the stuff with Michelle. They were talking about last night her contacting the police. They were reading it over. They had a lot to say on this subject too. A lot to say over it. But what's amazing is again and again, they go and they attack Michelle over permits. They attack her over all kinds of stuff. Let's just read some of this. So, she's talking about, first of all, I'm looking for where I want to lead in. But she's talking about, well, Tug shows this tonight. So I'm going to pull it up. Hold on. He showed some of the message from Michelle. Oh, wait. Let me pull it up. Yeah. You know what I'm showing? FOIA'd material that Shara FOIA'd. So now you have confirmation, by the way. The number one, Michelle wrote it. Number two, Fatty Bear knows about it too. But there's nothing to do with it. But here we go. All right. I'm going to touch on this. You know why? Because this is when Michelle was hating on me. And trust me, she was hating me for quite a while. Why? Because I wouldn't give her any money. No. So the money that was sent to her, all of that money that was for her, you wouldn't give her any of it. What about the Christmas money, by the way? I'm curious about that. There were several people that talked about how they sent envelopes and they sent cash. Like they like to talk about how Jeremy does. Oh, people send him money. Well, they did that with Lynette Preston. Did she get any of that? Because Lynette Preston said she didn't. And you say you've never given her money. So did you give her that money? I'm very curious about it. But, okay, but she asked for several things along the way. And she didn't get them, okay? So Michelle asked for several things. Several things, apparently, from Lisa. Including them doing the work that they said they were going to do when they raised money. But I digress, right? Now, so here it is. I heard something about, this is heard of the sheriff, I believe. It says it on there, you moron. It says it right at the top. Holy God. You have trouble reading? I heard something about Lisa and her husband that kind of goes with what they did to me. This is Michelle talking. Keeping donations. And it says because we didn't have a permit, which is which is supposed to be a lie. That's what the word is. So, okay, first off, keeping things. So it's because we didn't have a permit. What? Well, no, first off, nothing ever came in her name, right? So again, no donations in her name, even though they weren't in her name, right? And they're having when you have a stream, like if I said, today's stream is all about Megan Fox, Megan, when we gave her a pet rat, who knew that it would attack her? It would chew up all the leggings in her house. So we're going to have a live stream to compensate Megan for all those leggings. Now, if you send a bunch of stuff during that live stream, if you're like, here's donation stuff for, but you don't note specifically in super chats that's what it's for. Wouldn't you think when I'm having a live stream about that subject, wouldn't you think that's what it's for? If I'm saying we're having a live stream, and that's the whole topic of it, and they're talking about we need to get the rest of the money for this or that. I mean, that is expressly misleading people, correct? But it's especially bad when you're talking about, she said, oh, there's this indigent family. They're in need. They're living in subpar conditions. We need to get a child a house. Now they're saying, of course, that the 10 by 15 shed is not bad. A 10 by 15 is like a tiny home. And that was okay. Now, again, if that was okay, then why the fuck were they begging for money? Why did that happen? I don't know. But they're like, so yeah, they get on Gabe too, right? They're talking about, oh, Gabe, he took the plea. But anyway. This was not given to her. If anybody wanted to give money to Michelle, she had to GoFundMe. Everybody knew it because she had to go find way before I even knew who she was. Okay, they could have sent it to her directly, but not why, because they didn't trust her. Okay. Jeremy got it to the point where credibility was shot. And then Shara. So look, this actually makes Lynette's point. They gave money to ThATuMBRELLA. because she's saying, "Oh, well, nobody trusted Michelle Preston." Well, of course they even if they believed that, they gave money for you to safeguard, and you spend it on what? Fuck all. Again, if you spend her whole thing too. If you gave $10,000 for a fence and they spent $5,000, what happened to the other $5,000? Well, she kept it. It's her money. She said that. Now, the money's supposed to be for a family. Now, you know what? That's a problem, too. It's not just doing that. The reason that stuff like that is illegal is because that would encourage someone to come along and put 5 popsicle sticks in the ground and say, hey, that's your fence. You can see how that would be a real problem, right? But we're playing a game of pretend where that's no issue whatsoever. What's up, kiddo? I hear you. Hey, older kiddo. What's up?
Yo, do you know where the bag with like my toys for The Walking Dead is?
That stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
Merle is it? I think he's in the box. You want the zombie Merle too?
Yeah, sure.
All right. There you go. Yep. Hey. Yeah, we've been watching Walking Dead. Yep. Yeah, this is zombie Merle. You been enjoying Walking Dead?
Yeah.
What episode you on?
I'm on 3.
3? Third season, 3rd episode. That's where the governor comes in.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, don't run off with my. That's mine.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't notice that.
Hey, if you want, are you wanting to open that or hang it up?
Hang it up, duh.
Okay, because I'm about to say I haven't opened Carl.
Can I have the open Carl?
Yeah, I'll pull him up. He's somewhere over here. You know, I'll find him.
Yeah.
I gotta find him. But I'm gonna open Carl. Actually, here he is. Hey.
Hey.
It's Carl.
Carl.
Yep. Don't lose his hat.
Yeah, he needs his hat.
I know his hat comes off. Don't lose.
He can't breathe without his hat.
I know. I mean, that's an early figure. You know, before he loses his eye or anything. What?
You know that like how mommy got me at like.
Do you have another figure? So do what now?
You know the hot mommy got me at the store?
Yeah, I ate part of it. It's sitting over there. I took a bite of it. What? It's right there. Hey, it's sitting right there. It's right there. I took a bite of it.
No.
No, I'm not gonna eat it.
Slime on it.
You have? No, I broke it off there for real. Hey, it's right there. I'm gonna try it. Hey, try it. Try that one. Hey, come here. Don't try it for real. I want to see it because that's one of the hotter mamas. That's a Tijuana mama. I want to see how hot it was.
Man.
Try it for real. It's a Tijuana mama. Try a bite. Come here. Come over here. Before you try it, come over here.
I'm gonna hit you with sticks.
No. Come here. Come here. I'm gonna here. Break off a piece. I want to see it for real.
Coming over here when you're done with your stream. I was going to drive over here.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I want to see how you like that.
Okay. Good.
So try it out.
No, his hat. Carl.
Oh, no, Carl. Here, I'll hold that for you.
That's your Carl.
Yeah. Don't lose Carl's hat.
My name that's your Carl.
Yeah. Well.
Carl.
It's the Walking Dead Carl. Wrong Carl.
Yeah. Try it. Let's see.
The minor
Take
one.
a good bite off of it though. Let's see how you think about that one.
Hey, Dad.
Let's see. That's the Tijuana mama.
It's
Let's give it a minute. There it is.
Good Lord.
I told you it's a hot one. You're like, good Lord. Yeah, that'll wake you up, won't it? You need a drink of water. Here. I told you they're hot. I said if you eat one of those.
I mean, you're the one who ate some of it.
I did. I was like, whoa. I'd never tried one of the Tijuana mamas. It says it's 400 times hotter than this big one. Or 400% hotter is what it says. It says it on the package. Look, check it out.
I guess they didn't want to get super false advertising.
400% hotter. What do you think? Do you think that's correct advertising? Do you think it's hotter?
Nope.
It's definitely a little hotter because you're like, oh, his hat's falling off.
No, his hat.
Yeah.
Carl, no,
I'd hold his
hat.
hat. There you go. You're not stealing Andrea. That's mine.
Oh.
You hate her anyway.
I mean, yeah, look at her bad Botox.
Exactly. Hey, what's your zombie?
My zombie, my son. Look at my son.
Are you gonna display them all? Or are you gonna set them up on something?
Yeah, I gotta keep Merle away from my Baxter stock.
We could, if you want to set up like a wall display and everything else. Look, we got all of those. We could have set them all up somewhere. You know, if you pick it out place, we should clean out.
Yeah, I gotta keep my Baxter figures away from my Merle figures. You know, because he's racist.
It's true. Merle is a little bit on the side. You know. Hey, and this is the episode 3. That's when he comes back.
Yeah.
I know Merle will be in it again too.
Yeah. Like, I like Merle, don't get me wrong. It's just like
she's conflicted on Merle because I told her Merle, she's like, I hate him at first because he's a racist. And I was like, yeah, but you know, the thing with that character, it's crazy.
Because he had no substance other than that.
Yeah, but what's crazy? No, he does. He's a he's a hateful little guy. But the thing is that most of those characters, they can't make anymore. You know, one that's just that overtly hateful. So, what? Yes.
Mom's coming over after your stream.
And okay.
Well, come in here.
Okay.
Like, go drive here for.
I know. I know. We'll go get your stuff. Hey.
You know my bubble tea lip glasses?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna go get them out too, Mom, because I have way too many lip glosses.
All right. Well, go get ready for stuff you want to show off. All right. What are you manning about?
She just told that to the whole internet.
Huh? What? Oh, about the visit? Oh, yeah. You do have visits. That's normal. Oh, no, that's personal. But at the same time, you get visits. But anyway, go upstairs and get your stuff ready.
All right.
I'm just going to get her some lip glosses and get her some icy pops.
Okay.
I also got like my second ever figure that doesn't move, aka my anime figure.
Oh yeah, you got you some anime figures too.
Yeah, like I need $13 more.
Are you trying to bum $13 out of me?
I'm doing it for the audience.
Oh, I figured you were trying to put me on the
girl
spot.
up, please.
Well, what are you trying to beg up?
There's a really cheap figure that's really high quality over at the store we go to.
Well, look,
it's $13.
a 20 came in. So
oh yeah, man!
It was for something else, but I'll call it yours. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay. You already
Zombie Merle will never cross your doors.
Oh, you want me to charge that too?
If you ever get in a zombie apocalypse, whoever said that 20, the walkers will not like come for you at all. They'll just ignore you.
Oh, you have your blessing. That's nice.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, go upstairs and get your stuff ready.
If one tries, I'm gonna kick them in the head.
All right. Lugs drifting. Yes. Yes, she was. She saw some figures up at the. We have, like I said, we have a toy store up here. Hey, close the door, kiddo. Once I gotta mute, so they can't hear me. There you go. I have to mute. They can't hear me, so I have to yell it up there. You can't hear around it otherwise. But yeah, we have like a pretty good toy store that's here. It's Bean Bus Toys. I'll show you. Give me a minute. He's on Facebook, and then we'll go back to what we were looking at real quick. But I like the guy who runs it. Bean Bus Toys. I'm gonna give him a shout out too. If you're ever in this area, he doesn't have his business listed like phone number or anything. It's one of those drop-in places. But this is here close, and it's kind of awesome, you know. So check it out. Good Lord. Give me 1 minute. It's stuck on something. Give me 1 second. I was going to show downward. But yeah. There's the guy who runs it, Ken. He's a good guy. But the kids love that place. That's like their favorite place to go. And I have to admit, it's one of my favorite places to go to. But she's been down there. We've been watching The Walking Dead. I figure she's never been in big on the shows. So she's finally situated. Oh, look at that. The bug army rises. That's right. That's fun. For Lug there, rather. The Lug army, huh? I'm going to some some kind of protection if a zombie apocalypse ever happens for being part of their army. So there you go. But no, we've been watching The Walking Dead, and she's found out recently that they made toys, like figures of all the people. She's like, oh my God. Which I think is hilarious, because she's just learning about that. She's like, oh my God. So that's what that was. She was rating down here. I had a few of them, and they're pretty cheap there for luck too. Well, thank you. Thank you, Sean. I'll let her know too. That's just so funny. She did promise that again, Sean. You were protected from the zombies too. So the money here. Now look at how the money is going to be talked about. All right. She gets to saying the credibility was shot for Michelle, but basically that made it worse. Okay, because that's what was happening. All right. I was working on the project, and first of all, the barn was dumped in my lap. Okay. It was just dumped in her lap, which she never did anything with. So, apparently screw David, right? But I was not working on the barn or anything. I was working on Christmas parties with donations, which were given. They were taking this 56K. They claim it was 56. It was not 56K. It was not 56K. Okay, really? She put in, again, her own words. She said it was $56,000. Her own fucking words. So she's playing a nasty little messed up game. David talked about giving $56,000. And at that time, they thought they could get more money out of him. So what did they do? They admitted. Look, she's admitted, but then she's like, it was for all kinds of stuff. But she's admitted that total. So here, look, her words in screenshots. Check this out. Right there. 56K, her number. But she's like, it's for the fence and it. Okay, for the fence that was paid for by, again, funding out there. Oh, for Lug, look at that. Here comes some more. She'll be excited. I'm gonna message her. Oh man, and look, cynic. They're good Lord. Let me tell her she's let me message her. Actually, you know what? Let's call her on the phone. Let's see if her phone's on. I'm gonna call her. I'm gonna call her live. Let me see. You should hear her message is really funny. She doesn't answer. Let's see if she answers. I'm gonna call her while we're live. Let's see if she answers. I'm curious. If not, you can hear her answer. It's really funny.
Hello.
Hey, you're live, by the way. Hey, you got more donations.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like you got boy, it looks like $50 at least.
I just ate the whole thing.
You did. All right. Well, I'll let you go then. Okay. You can go get a drink. All right. Bye, girl. She got one of the, those hot mamas, those little pickled sausages. Yeah, you get a store. But she picked one up and she thought it was a Big Mama, which they're spicy, but not that bad. But she picked up a Tijuana Mama, and it says 400% hotter than a Big Mama. I've never had one. I was like, man, that sounds hot. So I told her when we picked it up, I was like, that says it's much harder. She's like, who cares? So I thought, I opened it earlier. I was like, well, I'm going to try it. And I figured if it was just ungodly hot, I'd tell her not to eat it, but it wasn't like ungodly, but it was bad enough. But yeah, so that 56K, again, only me made it clear multiple times that 56K, it's like a mantra. And she ends up saying, yeah, there was 56K. Yes. But now we're to the point where there wasn't 56K now. Again, so obviously this has become such a bullshit lie, like such garbage. But even Michelle here is so convinced by other people that included money that was for Christmas. Christmas, he said $2,500. $2,500. For the fence, you were supposed to include stain, which you didn't use. That was $1,000 there. And you said that other people put the fence up. They paid for it. You all admitted it. But worst case scenario, again, $5,000. She told the police it cost $5,000. So worst case scenario, $5,000. There's $7,500. You're talking about almost $50,000 that is just not accounted for. Oh, I'm sorry. You got a let's knock off the $4,000 in rotting lumber on the ground, toilets, and other sundries. Outside of that, what do you got? But it's so crazy. I mean, look at this stuff. Like, she tries to include the lumber. Lumber costs $500. But she was like, look, here. You're convinced by, the fence, that was something that everybody keeps up. And it's clear as day by the receipt shown. What fucking receipts? Most of the money was for Christmas. She's telling you that $50,000 was for Christmas. What a bunch of shit. Like, this is insanity. Oh, they gave it, but the majority of the money was for Christmas. Are you fucking kidding me? Because you certainly didn't turn over $50,000. You certainly didn't put on a $50,000 display for Christmas. But yeah, and the fence, and the fence, which was done. It's completed. Now the lumber, all the materials needed to build the framing. The shit rotting on the ground. All right. But Michelle did not have the permit. But when I first met her, she did. Okay, there's the admission to the permit there. Now she knew she was going to lose the permit if she did not start work on the barn. Now she did say anything about it? No. When did she finally say something about it? 3 weeks before it was going to expire. Okay. Well, you told her it would be done before January ended. So what a lie. Now you have contractors that are working on house builds, business, things like that, which is what my guy works on. My guy. So again, they were going to keep it in-house and they were going to charge whatever the fuck they wanted. My guy. I'm going to say that people that are attached to these folks, I wouldn't trust them fucking doing anything. But her guy, okay. You're not going to be able to let him know 3 weeks ahead of time. All they had to start the building, by the way, to keep the permits, all they had to do was start. They didn't have to complete. They had to start. And why was the permit expiring? Because you didn't have the money. No shit, but you did. but they'd given her extensions and there was no work. Yeah, you're supposed to do it. So look, I mean, again, it wasn't because of money. It's because you didn't work. Yeah. So now they have money, right? So now when I called and I spoke to them, she needed to have the roof done, electric, plumbing, which they noted beforehand. And how did it become framing? How did it all just become framing? You know, when they get all this giant amount of money, they're not saying it's for framing. They're saying it's to get the house complete. That's just unreal. Over years, over this year plus, it's turning into 2 years. They've morphed it into this thing about it's just framing. But even though she had to have the stuff done, you can't sign off on those things. You have to frame it. It can be like, the roof. She got to have a roof. She got to have the electric, the plumbing. Yeah, no shit. No shit. They didn't want to extend the permit. So I spoke to Michelle, who contracted, and said, this is what they told me. Because they first said she had to go through Otter Creek, which means she had to deal with Zim. And not just Zim, but Linda, who was the town clerk, who were the first time clearly against Michelle. because of Hales. And Zim, who also somebody put an affidavit into Fed 1. You know, I think it's funny they have adopted our slang for the cases. Fed 1, Fed 2, that's all our slang. Yeah. That's funny. They don't listen to us or anything, but they use all our slang terminology and they whine about stuff that we say. But she's using it for Fed 1. Yeah, because the people that are in charge, they're not going to let you complete the project. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? I mean, really. But now, that's the damn truth. Zim's the one I had to deal with. I'm not responsible for her permits. Never was. I walked into a project that she already has permits for. If she failed to keep those permits, she got to fix the permits. It's not for me to fix them. See, this is such fucking a mess, you know? But she goes through that. I've done this, you know. And meanwhile, I'm in I criticized, ridiculed, lied about, I'm a fraud, this and that and the other thing. But meanwhile, it's got nothing to do with me. But Michelle, I'm sorry, Michelle. The fact of the matter is you take absolutely no blame for nothing, okay? You put it on other people. That's what you've done here. I'm not blaming you for this. You can say it till you're blue in the face. I'm still not to blame for this. People have called the building permit. Again, it's your fault, Michelle. You fucked up, Michelle. You did it. And it goes on with that. So crazy. But that is not true. Gifts, yeah, for you know, it all came in. It was for all this. David Ricketts, only me sent me money for the barn, and a couple of other people sent money for the barn. Okay, this isn't a completion of the barn. When they haven't even worked on the barn. Fuck, holy shit. When was the first some other thing that came in about the barn? Okay, and I told Michelle about it. So her claiming she didn't know about it is bullshit. Because the first thing she said to me, it's not enough. I don't think it is. And that was very telling to me because it was a hell of a lot of money. Wait. So she's admitting it's a hell of a lot of money that she got. Huh. So it's not enough, Michelle says. And you're like, well, that's a hell of a lot of money. And they don't have for you to be like that or even say those words was just shocking. So she's saying you're an ungrateful piece of shit. So, of course, they kept the money. Bravo, Michelle. They say yet again, you're ungrateful. When are you going to drop all those receipts you promised on 2L? I mean, they said over here, they basically said never give $1 to this woman and we're keeping our money. Because it's our money. Not your money. Because no, you don't have enough to complete the barn, but you have enough to start building it. We can start framing. But you can't even cover the insulation. The foam insulation go 15K alone. Now it was like, excuse me? So we don't have to look about insulation. Everybody says, nah, you don't need foam insulation. She says, yeah, you do. It's a metal barn and blah, 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 blah. So at that point, when it came to doing the insulation, that's when her and I were going to bump heads. Because when I heard that and when I talked to other people about this, they said you don't need to use foam insulation. They went as far as foam. You can go actually ends up getting mold because of a little that's where her and I were going to bump heads. I mean, what? But in the meantime, she's going to blame me for her not having her permits because it didn't get done on time. She told me nothing was going to be worked on with the barn as far as me and the project goes because I had this big Christmas party to do and I just got done, connecting the whole fence thing that happened right around Thanksgiving. And then Christmas, people shut down and there's no way to get my contractor until after January. So now she's telling it's going to happen after January, even though there are public statements saying that she would have it done by the end of January. Now it's changed to she wouldn't have it done until after January. See that? But I do know when Rickards turned around and started, trying to ruin my reputation, which he did. He succeeded because he went to the Minions and all this other shit. But you do know when he started to do that? January the 14th. The 14th. So if you guys got to go and look at the real timeline, I'll give it to you because I have everything. I have all the emails. Oh, she's going to give it all. Okay. Well, why don't you drop the emails? Yeah. Like, why don't you show any of this? I got all this information. I'll show it to you. Well, why haven't you for 2 motherfucking years? You lying piece of shit. You are a fucking scammer because you will not show anything that proves otherwise. I mean, it's bad. You have a problem when the donors come out and say, what's going on? And you're like, fuck you. You don't get to know. You don't get to see what's going on with this. All these projects, you see what happens there. When you look at this piece of shit fence they put up, that's falling apart. You took money for stain. You took $1,000 for it, but didn't do it. What happened? Oh, it fell off the truck. What the fuck does that even mean? Are you crazy? You're going to sue people for saying that? You just admitted that the biggest donor out there was asking questions about it, and you won't show him the results. You say that it's in January when he starts asking questions. Yeah, maybe he wants to know where tens of thousands of dollars are going. A lot of people did and still do. And now you're talking about how you would refund the person, but you don't think it's PayPal's working. How much money are you talking about refunding him anyway? How much do you consider yours out of $56,000? How much doesn't go to the projects or anything else? I mean, again, you said you would refund in January if things had not been complete. January this year. And you want to say that people are calling you a scammer or fucking they're somehow liable? Get fucking bent. I can't believe like all these people that have thrown money at this person and don't ask questions. You don't think this is crazy? I mean, again, Michelle was the greatest thing since sliced bread when this started up. But now Michelle Preston's a piece of shit, according to her. And regardless of whether you believe that or not, that money was collected for her. It was not collected for these people. It wasn't collected for them to do blow or do whatever the fuck they're doing with it. You got a guy tripping over and over, has had multiple issues with cocaine failures. But hey, 5-hour energy drink, right? Poppy seeds, Red Bull. Those are the culprits. And these people just want to go along with it. At what point do you really ask some hard-hitting questions? Real questions. And if you don't get answers, at what point do you say, well, fuck this. This is garbage. I mean, you hear about receipts. You can't even tell, like, how much money. What was the exact amount of money that came in? You will never find out because you don't deserve to find out because just one of those little plebeian mofos. You don't get to know. Why? Because if you knew, you'd probably be like, oh my God. Because remember that donation amount, like the one thing they fight over $56K. That's one person sending money. That's one guy. How much more money came in? How much more money they put in their pockets that was meant for Michelle Preston, or more appropriately for the kid? At this point, this is not about bankruptcy right here. This is about somebody saying that was my money. They've said that repeatedly by now. That's my money. And it is not their money. That's not people. If they wanted to give her $50,000, awesome. But they didn't. They didn't give it to her. And she's talking about, again, she won't even give you the slightest amount. Again, how much money was brought in? No, they won't tell you. You don't deserve to know. How much money was spent on any project? You don't deserve to know. They want money from the public. And they won't tell donors. They won't even tell, like, again, you don't think I deserve to know? Well, first of all, that's a problem. But okay, you don't think that the guy who paid for the stuff deserves to know? You don't think like David should know? Because I think that's a problem. If nothing else, that seems to be a problem to me anyway. I would think that'd be a problem to other people. But apparently there's this cult-like mentality with some folks that it doesn't matter what happens because they've decided somehow Jeremy Hale's bad means that all of this other shit is acceptable. Remember, Jeremy Hale's bad was supposed to be about Michelle Preston, by the way. But now if Michelle Preston's a lying piece of shit and she lied and misled, then, well, maybe she's not the thing you were led to believe. I mean, how do they make it work? How do they make all of this stuff come together? And even if you believe Jeremy Hale's bad, does that mean you have to embrace all this other garbage? A lot of people have embraced some really shady shit. Just it makes you wonder, you know? It makes you wonder too how, after a little while, how exactly do they tell themselves all of this is okay? But anyway, they go on with this. I mean, on and on and on and on. I mean, for real. But here, look at this here, right? So I gave them, I said you have till January. Otherwise, I'll give the money back. Well, I can't give the money back because PayPal's gone. I was told from other people that to do that, I needed to do. But if I was going to turn around and give the money back to Rickards, there's no way I can even send it to him because his PayPal is gone as far as I know. Huh. That's something, isn't it? Rickards wasn't the only person that donated money. We know that. And again, many of those people have moved on because they got tired of dealing with these folks. But there are many people who want their money back. And not one person, the bench donor was told they would get their $1,000 back. You know what? They didn't get their $1,000 back. Now, instead of giving it back after they said that publicly, they said they're a liar and they never gave any money at all. They've done this over and over to people who claim it. And I'm not saying every person gave money or they didn't, but I'm saying, it's like nobody gave money. The only person they'll admit to giving money is Rickards. They won't give totals. They won't give anything else. I mean, again, that is the epitome of fraud. There is no total that needed to be expended. They told the police $5,000 for the fence, $5,000, which, yeah, look at how many gift cards came in. Christmas, they're trying to say that the majority of money that was spent, David Rickards' money, it was spent majority-wise on Christmas and on that fence. Even though, again, people paid for that fence. They paid the gift card tolls. They paid all this other money. But apparently that's the excuse there. And again, there's no public accounting. But yeah, she said to the police themselves when she wrote in about it that she had spent $5,000 on the fence. Not 55. And at Christmas, I mean, you have a flood, a deluge of people. And Rickards himself posted that he authorized $2,500. $2,500. That's what he told them. But it's become this, again, it's become this farce where you're never going to see another dollar with that. Michelle Preston needs to sue these people. She talks about suing Jeremy Hales. No, the people who took from you for real, it's these people. These are the people you really need to go after. That's a lot of money. But she's sitting around here pretending that it's not a big deal that this comes up. In fact, when she did her video, her answer to somebody in the chat about asking about the money there, tell Lisa to give your money back or you're suing her. 56K is a lot of money. She's like, may I ask, is that your business? I don't really understand. I don't want or need anything from anyone. I don't. I would deal with these things on my own. That's what I've been doing. Huh. If Jeremy Hales had $56,000 of your money, you'd sue him, wouldn't you? in a heartbeat, right? But let's do some super chats. I'm gonna. It's past 6. There's a lot more, man. Like last night was just crazy, folks. It was unreal. It was fun to listen to. Oh, hey, David wrote me. He was like, at 5:30, he was like, hey, dickhead, you missed last night that Lisa Lee stated that no money from Only Me from PayPal was sent to her on her channel, which accounts for any blank descriptions on the PayPal donations. That's a very important statement. Actually, David, you know what's an important statement? You suing her, you piece of shit, or reporting it to the police. How long are you going to let her fuck you? She's publicly fucking you. You want to write me and whine? Why don't you write her and get your money back? Why don't you take their asses to jail? One of them's already sitting in jail for hoovering fucking blow. Who do you think paid for that? Probably you. Yeah, you act big and tough in my fucking messages, but you won't do anything to them, will you? That's weird. It's very strange, man. You pound on your chest like you're a fucking man, but you won't do anything about these people. They treated you like their bitch. They rolled you and they laugh at you every night. They told you, in fact, they give your money back in January 2026. What happened? Nothing. And now they're saying, oh, your PayPal disappeared. They couldn't give you money back. Huh. Why don't you go to the state of Florida? It's a real weird question, man. You talk all kinds of shit, but you won't do anything about that. Makes you look like a little man. A very little man. I said that dude's been popped, what, twice? 3 times now for blow. You said over in Robbie's chat, give that motherfucker sets on these panels where they talk shit about you and you throw money at him like he's your friend. It's sad, dude. It is a sad reality. I mean, ultimately, again, I personally, I can't stand you. I think you're the most detestable piece of shit out there. But reality is that you gave money to a little girl and these people fucked you for it. And you'll sit around and you'll talk a big game, but you won't do anything to them. You're like, oh, I don't have any access to accounting. You know what the accounting is? The accounting is that barn has nothing happened. They admit that they had permits when it started. They admit to it. But they did nothing. They also say that they did not start their stuff when they told you that they're going to finish it up. Oh, you have all this information. Again, Michelle Preston asked you for a report for the police. This is publicly noted. Again, so you talk all the shit you want in messages and stuff, but ultimately, these people have fucked you publicly. Publicly, dude. It's just amazing to me. It is. All these people you've given money to. All of them talk about how kind of a piece of shit you are. Oh, you gave money for a mobility scooter. Hey, that's nice, dude. Oh, but you're a piece of shit and they blocked you. What? They've got this whole little group of people that brag about taking your money. It's wild to me. It is wild to me. So yeah, you throw fits in my email or whatever, and you tell me something's important. You know what? It's important. I don't give a shit about what you want or need or anything else, because you won't do the thing that has to be done. You won't go to the police. And I don't know why, but it's awful. It is absolutely awful, because you know that these people took a lot of money. And at the end of the day, you should be contacting the feds. You fill an IC3 report, talk about the amount of money you gave. You could go to, again, any of these jurisdictions. You contact Sumter County. You contact Levy County. I wouldn't contact Levy County, but I mean, it's part of it. Or I'm sure you have lawyers. Stick them on them. I mean, holy shit, they're fucking self-destructing right now. Wreck them, dude. You could absolutely take a fucking wrecking ball to them. And apparently you're paying attention to them. You hear them talking shit about you. That's the wildest part, is you're telling me, oh, I missed this. Now, they said a lot about you, dude. A lot. And it wasn't just last night. They've been talking shit about you for the better part of a year. Just right here, for the better part of this year. They always come back to you. But they're essentially bragging that they took you. I mean, publicly. And we have them admitting the amount of money. So, yeah. I mean, fuck it. They have the amount of money there. Even though they lie about it, which you could burn them for. You could burn them for having a felon attached to them while they were collecting money and then lying. They lied to your face about that. Oh, it's just amazing to me, man. But yeah, no, the real thing that I'm missing, and maybe you're missing too, is the fact that they're still breathing free air. That they're not in a sale for stealing this amount of money. Because there's a lot of people that gave that they could definitely need help. They definitely could use your help. You want to be a hero right there? Be a hero for Michelle. You know what? I know you hate Jeremy Hales. I'm sure you think it's terrible that Michelle Preston's losing her land. Well, you know who caused that? 2L did. Lisa did. Because she wouldn't start that project. She would have even started the project. They would have a homestead. And they had the money. It was your money. If you see that as a problem, you need to take them to fucking town, man. Anyway, let's do some super chats. Judy, thank you for the gold coin. Appreciate that. Thank you. Linda, thank you for the silver star. Thank you. Fallen Hero, thank you for the gifted membership. Thank you, Fallen Hero. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for that. David wrote me back. He's like, I'm looking forward to seeing you being sued. Well, looking forward to you not doing shit about the person there. Actually, if they come after me, buddy, I'm definitely going to haul your ass into it. Oh, I plan on it, David. I plan on it. I plan on subpoenaing your dumb ass and all those records with money and everything else. Fucking coward. Like I said, you talk a big game in messages, man. You pound on your chest like you're a man. But you're scared of these online pieces of shit that stole from you. Fucking coward, dude. Coward, man. Like the real people you should have dealt with, they were there. It's just sad, man. Let's see. Hey, John, thanks for the 5. Did LMNOP say she was on Suboxone during the My Mother Died depot? All these people aren't drug addicts, but they all hang around with each other and are on things meant to take you off drugs. Actually, there was a statement about her using Subutex or Suboxone. She had talked to someone else about that. So that's what was reported. So it wasn't that she was on it during that. As far as I'm aware, I think she takes medication for other things, but you know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But hey, Fallen Hero, thank you for the gifted membership again. Appreciate you. Sorry. Like I said, big talk, man. Big talk. Max Ladd, thank you for the super chat, man. Thank you for the buck. Appreciate you. Julie, thank you for the sparkles. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. 2012, thanks for the 2. It's not poppy seeds, it's powdered sugar donuts. Indeed. Indeed. Bluebird, thank you for the sparkles. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Huggy Bee, thank you for the gold coin. Thank you there. Appreciate that too. Julie, thank you for the sparkles as well. Thank you there. I'm a real mean. Thank you for the hiding. Appreciate that. Some beach somewhere. Thank you for the chili. Alan, thank you for the thumbs up. Appreciate that. Lady Thurston, thank you for the floating heart. Appreciate you. Shizzy Wiznut, thanks for the 2 there. Bail money, free tug. I know. That sounds like a bad thing at the when you're collecting bail money and getting a free tug. By the way, it just doesn't sound good together. Let's see. Preston B Face, thanks for the 2. For the bail money that never was. That's right. 2012, thanks for the 2. So MLP is not going on to L's stream again? I guess not. We heard that she was going on there, but then suddenly she's not going on there anymore. It's weird, isn't it? It's strange how they do that and then don't do that and then do that. You know, depending. But yeah, she apparently wrote the police and talked about it. She talked about the money and everything else. You know, but Hazel Monty Inkle, thank you for the 20 there. Hey there, 34 hours. I finally will have a full knee replacement. Man, I've been on a lot of pain and waiting for 2 years. Well, I am glad that you're getting it done, you know, and definitely we'll send healing thoughts and prayers as I'm high risk due to other health injuries. Love to all. Well, hey, love to you too. Everybody keep her in your thoughts for real. You know, that's great to hear though. That is great to hear. Love to you. Appreciate you. Cynic, thanks for the 2. Whatever Gabe took, said give him 5 hours plus 5+ hours of energy. That's true. That could be very well true. Lindy Lou, thanks for the 6-7. Thank you there. Appreciate that. Carol, thank you for the sparkles. Appreciate that. Venomous Venom, thank you for the 2 there. Save a ton from 5-hour energy bond and commissary funds. Indeed. You know, it's really funny though. Why is it, David, that everybody that you ever talk to blocks you, by the way? I am curious about that. Why is it that the guy who you got a medical scooter for, why is he saying you're a controlling, domineering weirdo? He blocked you too. Why is that? Is it because they're all douchebags or is it something else? Curious about that. Every one of them, I swear, you know, I'm telling you, like these people, everyone has them homed in. And over $50,000, $50,000 causes some real problems in Florida. $50,000, number one. If you look at the charity rules, after 56,000, when you have 50K and above in one fiscal year, they're supposed to register as a charity. Now that takes all of the individual bullshit off the board. But instead, they claimed it all as individual gifts. They said, you just gave it to them. They like it. And that's not just for you, man. That's for all these other people. If all you folks got together and you went after it, that's why they talk shit about you all the time. That's why they talk shit about all the donors, because they want to discredit them and scare them and run them away. They hope that it's fear. They hope fear keeps you away. And they tell all these other folks too. They tell them that, you know, this donor's a piece of shit or that donor's a piece of shit. And regardless, maybe many of them are pieces of shit. I don't know. But they tried to do something nice. It's funny. I can talk about somebody like David. I can't stand that dude. I think he's a piece of shit. But you know what? He gave money for a little kid, and the project wasn't done. Regardless if I think he's an awful piece of shit. Ultimately, they took his money and they said they would do this thing. And if they're not going to do it, he said then, hey, give them the money. Because it's their money. So just give them the money. Nope, can't do that either. They have gone out of their way to find any loophole where they can pick up money. And they can keep his. It's craziness to watch. They got some rotting boards on the ground. They got a couple of toilets, a couple of water heaters. Why don't you write people connected to him, David? Though, if you got a PayPal still, take them up on their refund offer. I'm curious what they offer to refund, by the way. You know, because they're talking about it. You know, you have connections to that camp, even if certain people have blocked you. Tell them you want your money back. You take them up on their offer. But if they're going to refund, you said $2,500 for Christmas. You said that in a public post. And even if they said they spent $5,000 of it on a fence, well, and let's just say they want to claim $4,000 for the rotten ass boards on the ground, 2 water heaters, an island, and whatever. We still got a lot of money left. So let's see if they'll take you up on giving back what, $40,000. I'd be real curious about what they'd say about that. Tizzy, thank you for the gifted memberships there. Appreciate that. Thank you. Cynic, thanks for the 2 there. I'll give 2L. Yeah, Follywood is a good name. Yeah, well, there's been a few funny things here and there. You know, unfortunately, it's funny because they make fun of themselves with it, though, unfortunately. Lindy, thank you for the flower. Appreciate that. Thank you. Cynthia, thank you for the 22 months. I've worked in addiction and medicine as a counselor. Addicts justified to oh yeah. Oh yes. You are definitely right there. Been there, done that. Supersized it myself. Of course. Cynic, thanks for the 2. Which story will 2L tell in the inevitable depot? That will be interesting to see too. I can't wait. Rest in B-face. Thanks for the 2. I've never seen such a clusterfuck in all my life. I know. It is such a mess. I think everybody can agree with that. I wish, like, people that are out there, like, again, donors-wise, like David. Look, David, you don't like me, I don't like you. I wish people could set aside their bullshit and fucking do the things that need to be done. I've talked about what's going on, but you know what? I can only go so far with it. I cannot make the police act because I'm not a donor. Oh, we can make enough noise that if they ignored someone like you, then that would be a problem. And you know, again, the proof, the proof is in the project never being done. That's the proof. That's what you need. Because after so much time, there's not a reason. If you know the permits can't be done, then the money should either be given back. It should have already been given back. Or they should have given the money to Michelle Preston. One or the other. It shouldn't be. There should be nothing else in there. Whichever, you know, or they could ask the freaking donors, which they wanted to do. But one of them should happen. It should either be really, because they're saying that the permits are just this this thing that can't be fixed. It can't be remedied. It's like a wall has been there. And they've been saying that since, it's been over a year now. And after that, there is no reasonable amount of time that is listed in the law that says how long you can say, well, if this, then. But a year is unreasonable. And that would say there's something about that looks very, very suspicious, very criminal. Vaughn, thank you for the floating heart, by the way. Thank you. Cynic, thanks for the 2. Sue, please. We want all this, all the discovery of all this info. Yeah, that's going to be 2L's problem. If she tries to sue people, she wants to go after Megan Fox or whomever, you know. For myself, like I said, this piece of shit wanted to say that I groomed a child and married them. That right there, I will fucking destroy her over that statement. It's not like the Michelle Preston signs. You know, it'd be something much, much different. Donna, thank you for the 10. Appreciate that. Thank you. Grandma Lola, thank you for the gold coin. Appreciate that. Ketchup, I need to hurry up. Thank you for the 2. Tug, is that article about his refund? Indeed. Thank you. Sarah, thank you for the flower. Appreciate that. Allie, thank you for the 2. Yeah, Villages News, got that. Did appreciate that too. That's awesome. Cinepats, thanks for the 250. Yeah, the email on the GW landscaping. I saw the post on that, which is wild. You know, I'll have to look and see if there's extra info in that. Cajun Joe, thank you for the 100. Cajun Joe also, thank you for the G's. Thank you there. Shizzy, thanks for the 2. What I was told, check the docket. Check the docket. Is there something interesting that's new on the docket? Oh, yeah, with her, she was like, well, we were all wrong to check the docket. Rhea Riot, thanks for the 2. Hey, Gabe, high 5 or high in 5. Indeed. Cynic, thanks for the 2. Rolled ice cream money to fatten up Bug. Yeah, she's a little stick thin girl, so she probably like that. She'd like it anyway. What's up, Donna's mom? Thanks for the 15 months there. Not a statement, but that is a big statement. Thank you. Yoda's Cheeky Nuggets, thank you for the floating heart. Appreciate that there. Rick, what's up? Thanks for the 2. Bug Candy Fun, thank you. Jason brings the noise, thanks to do. Ever catch yourself using the flea voice? Yes, sometimes I do. Sassy Mama, thanks for the 5. My hubby showed positive for coke, heroin, LSD, and meth in a urine test. Yes, for a blood test, the doctors came back negative from energy drinks. Well, I'm going to say that Gabe admitting to cocaine is a problem for their story. That would be their major story problem. And the fact that, you know, at first when they did the everything bagel, they kind of got laughed out of the park for that. So they came back with another weird story. So I hate that for your husband, by the way. Mostly disposable. Thanks for the 5. Considering what 5 hour energy did to Gabe, are you sure you should have given his Bug that icy pop? Indeed. Also, requesting an Eric Clapton song for Gabe. Unless that song comes with a file, I don't think it's gonna help. some beach somewhere. Thanks for the 5 to celebrate Gabe. All right, Huggy B, thank you for the sparkles too. We got the 5 for Gabe. Mama Cat, thanks for the 19 months. Lisa and the Antis. Cleopatra, Queen of Denial. Indeed. E. Poindexter, thanks to the 5. The point is, there should be no use of any antioxidants or drugs, period. Yeah, probation, that's kind of one of those points, isn't it? Sailor Dark Jupiter, thanks for the 5. Call the FBI to get this terrible Coke product off the market, right? The people, be warned, that's right. These, be everybody but themselves. Yep, I'm telling you. They're like, oh my God, take it off the market. It's bad. It's terrible. Ace, thanks for the 2 there. Fleabag is so delusional. It's crazy stuff. Travis, thanks for the 10. If he's failing because of that, sue him. Yeah, indeed. They'd be at fault. I was on probation. The bitch is lying. He may not get out. They may make him serve out the rest of his probation in custody. They told me the same shit. Yeah, I mean, if you think you got to get, something on him, his problem again is he saying they lied about him admitting to it too? That's a real problem. It's all a conspiracy. Cynthia, thanks for the 2. The bulk buy of poppy seeds for Gabe. Poppy seeds, indeed. 9-bit, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you there. Appreciate that. Cindy, thanks for the 2. Coke money. The other kind of Coke, like Coca-Cola for Bug, indeed. Rest in bean face. Thanks for the party hat. Also, Paula, thank you for the sparkles there. Thank you. Arresting B-Face, thanks for the $2. Yeah, Gabe is pure as the driven snow. I know, it's amazing, isn't it? Amsterdam Pigeon, thank you for the membership. Thank you, welcome. Thank you for that membership, and welcome to Tug's Thugs. I appreciate you too, Pigeon. You made a good laugh, like right there in the middle of all of the discussion. I thought that was funny. Travis, thanks for the 5. On probation, you can't do any substances, period, even alcohol. Clean life, only no booze, nothing. I was on for DWI. It's for assault, so I know firsthand. That would also be the smartest thing, period, right? If you have problems, maybe be clean. Barbara, thanks for the 750 joules. Let them cook. Indeed. Goodbye, Amy. Thanks for the 7 months there. 56 for a powdered tweak. Indeed. Greg, thank you for the sparkles. Appreciate that. 2012. Thanks for the 2 there. Red Bull, everything bagel, 5-hour powdered donut. Yep, you got it all. Travis, thanks for the 2. I'm an F up and I don't fail probation. Exactly there. Exactly. You know what? I don't think you're an F up though, man. You've been able to keep your life together. You've been doing great, brother. Jada, thanks for the 5. To buy yourself a laced 5-hour energy drink to enjoy on Monday stream with Megan. Thank you. Smoking Cats, thanks for the 100 joules. High five. Well, high five to you too, my friend. Good to see you, Smoking Cat. Amsterdam Pigeon too. Thank you. The 43 months. That's a crazy amount, by the way. I do appreciate you. I canceled my membership a week ago, but I already regret it. I know it's oh man. I want to sing Take These Broken Wings for you. Oh, that actually works. You know what? I wasn't even thinking about being a pigeon. That even works even better. Take these broken wings. I love it. Hey, thank you for real. I do appreciate you. Gene, thank you for the Go Trophy and the 1,000 joules. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Mark dropped 5 on the snorting straw. I thought you could put them together. That'd make a great setup. 2012. Thanks for the 2. Gave him in prison because he stole cops powdered donuts. That'll get you. That would get you. Some mac and cheese. Thanks for the 16 months. They say Red Bull gives you wings, and Gabe was definitely flying high here. Way longer than 16 months. Yeah, for sure. Well, I've seen you around for a long time, so appreciate you too. Audio Coffee, thanks for the 2 there for snorting them energy drinks. That's right. Sometimes you just got to inhale them, right? Eshon, thank you for the 2 years there. Thank you. Whoop, whoop. 2 years. I've listened much longer. Love you, Tug and Chat. Indeed. Well, thank you for the support. Again, that is not indicative of the support level you folks give. Many of you have been much longer than that indicates. So thank you for that, but thank you for much more too. Lisa Lee might smell like pee. Thanks for the 5. Mark Roper should watch out. Lisa's going to dethrone him as the top STEM YouTuber. That are copyright strike him. And now, what's up? 2012. Thanks for the 2. Making Tug say y'all is better than membership. LOL. Elbow drop. Andre, thanks for the 2. Buyers need to stiffen up their backbone. Indeed. Come after them. Drop it on them. 2012, thanks for the 2. Tug and the Cursed Crystal Bug comic. There you go. Oh no, that'd be terrible. Lindy Lou, thanks for the sparkles. Oh man, you got so many crazy comic book there, right? Debbie Michigan, thank you for the 15 months there. There's not a statement, but that's a big statement. 15 months, thank you. 2012, thanks for the 2 there. Look, Army, arise! Indeed. The Cucking Funt, thanks for the 2. Can Lug say my name safely? Don't with Bug there. No, she could not. That's why I've definitely skipped it, because if she tried it, oh my God, no telling what would come out. And it would be very bad. Janice, thanks for the 20 there. Sumter County Jail doesn't allow in-person visits. Gabe's still there. Visits are by a video only. An account has to be approved by the jail. If Lisa isn't at the jail visiting Gabe. Liar. Interesting. I've never dealt with, like I said, I don't have a lot of time in with that kind of stuff. So 2012. Thanks for the 10 there for Lug. Lug Army Rise. I'm going to show her all these. She'll love them. Yeah, Sean, thanks for the 10 for Lug. Thank you there too. And thank you both. I appreciate y'all. Janice, thanks for the 5. A person in the group I'm in posted the proof the jail has no in-person visitors. I can't take credit for that information. Hey, that's still awesome to have there. So that's interesting information for sure. Special K, thank you for the 20 there for Lug and Bug. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. Again, I'll show Maj that she'll be thrilled for sure. Cynic, thanks for the 10. Another Lug cartel protection money. And that's right. To avoid meat grinders. OG knows what that means. That's right. Does that mean I'm protected from the antis or brainless zombies? I would hope so. I would hope that's what it means, right? Forever not me. Thanks for the 5. Fun money for Lug. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. She will for sure. I will, like I said, show her all those. Re-arrive. Thanks for the 20 there for Lug. I need help when the zombies arrive. Indeed. Like I said, I'll show her. I think branching in with the zombie thing definitely goes with it. Mm-hmm. 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 Boo, 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 boo. Mm-hmm. 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 Wow. Good Lord. David, are you whining in my thing still? Are you still whining? David is saying, by the way, in my stuff, he won't go to the police. He's not going to. I bet they love that about you, buddy. And he's like, why don't you call out the quartering? Why don't you do this? Dude, you know what the quartering didn't do to me? He didn't steal $50,000 from me. Wow, man. What a butthurt loser. What a butthurt loser. Oh, my God. Wow. Well, enjoy it. Like I said. You won't go after them, though. You know what? I mean, it's easy to flex and pretend that you're a man. Because I'm one of the few people. He's like, let me in your chat. No. You got my email. All you do is whine and whine and whine. I'll tell you what. You go and do something about the money. You can come over here and talk about whatever you want. Hell, man. Let's do a call-in. You want to do a call-in? We'll set one up for you. We'll do a call-in. We talk about whatever, buddy. We ask you stuff directly. How's that sound? We'll set it up. We'll take it over to ThATuMBRELLA because I do not trust you. And we'll have a fun time. Nettie, thanks for the 2. For Bug, appreciate that. Thank you. Moody Nana, thanks for the 1,000 jewels. And Corgi, thank you. It's funny too. So he's whining. He's like, you called me a scammer. I got you. No, bitch. I said that you, after months of calling them frauds and scammers, turned around and said that you had your lawyers go through their books. Are you saying you didn't do that? And that right there told people that they were safe. And then months later, you turned around and said, no, I actually didn't do that. That could have fucked how many people over? If you say that that's calling you a scammer, I think that's on you, bud. I think that's a you problem. I don't think that's a me problem. Like I said, the ultimate definitive thing you could do. What I really think is funny is like, I'm going to sue you, Tug. Oh, but you won't sue these bitches that go and they picked your pocket and stole your money. That's the funniest thing I find out about all of it. If you want to come after me, dude. Where's your PI, by the way? I'm still waiting. You know how often I've been out? I mean, Jesus Christ. I'm out all the time. I told you, man, get your PI out here. We'll hang out. We'll have a fun time together. You can get a cool video. Because apparently, Apparently, even though people are ripping you off, you're still obsessed with the old tug. Yeah, baby. I know you want some attention from me. I get it. I get it because I'm one of the few people that'll still like actually respond to you. Go to the police. Go to the police. Hey, I'll message you right now. Go to the police, David. Let's see. Go to the police, David. They robbed you. And all you do is sit online and do what? Right, me? Cool. Cool. I mean, you admitted it. They robbed you, son. Right, and say. So this is what I don't get. So being ripped off and talked shit about every day sometimes is all right. But man, don't you don't you say what you think about David, right? I swear, David. It's funny. I can hold your hand if you need me to while you contact the police. You need me to hold your hand while you do that? There. I wrote him real quick. I asked him, go to the police. I asked him if you need me to hold his hand while he dies. Guess not. Simba, thanks for the hiding there. I appreciate it. 2012, thanks for the tip. Well, to get that snow for skiing in Florida, $50K. Indeed. Snow time, baby. Moody. Nana, thanks for the gifted membership. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. 2012, thanks for the 2 there. Name is Gabe. He works no permits. That's right. Huh? Well, they said they had a guy, so I don't know. Blue Eyes, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Appreciate that. Thank you. McDeb, thank you for the chili. Appreciate that. McDeb, also thank you for the 10. Flea is jealous of Michelle. People actually cared about Michelle, and they would give her money, and no one gives enough of her shit about Flea to give her anything. So she kept the money. She kept a lot of money. She did. Like I said, I can't even stand some of these people, and I still admit that. You know, it astounds me. At the end of the day, there was this perfect storm that should have made a little girl's life better. Should have. But it didn't. I mean, what did it accomplish? Nothing. Stacy. Hey, what's up, Stacy Nat, by the way? Thank you for the 600 jewels and the mic drop. Appreciate that. Also, Stacy, I hope you saw where they're trying to blame you for everything. It's crazy. 2012. Thanks for the 2. Stain fell off the truck. That's right. Gabe fell off the wagon. That's indeed correct too. Wow. I wonder if it got pushed. William, thanks for the 10. Here's your high five. Woohoo! The rare false positive thing doesn't work that way. You have to drink so many that causes heart issues, but they do a follow-up with a more sensitive test that clears it up. Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see what comes from it. It's not the first one. That's the other problem. Like Gabe, this isn't his first failure. 2012, thanks for the 2. The money was for a child, and child was hurt. Indeed. 2012, thanks for the 2. A $500 membership shows she's a liar. That's right. That is right. Indeed. That's a good one. Lorraine, thanks for the 5. Does she really think we're as stupid as she is? She thinks a lot of people are, apparently. Andre, thanks for the 2. Hey, David, who says, oh, you know, backbone, and just keeps talking. Not only that, but he doesn't like my opinion. Well, you wrote me and asked for it. That's your problem. Your problem is that you don't get to have, when somebody talks about what's going on, you can't just say, hey, I want you to cover this way. And if you don't do exactly what I say, well, then I'm going to try to drop the hammer on you. Doesn't work that way. I'm allowed to have any opinion I want off of it. It's the amazing thing we call free speech. Now, I realize that a person that is not a native to the United States might not understand what free speech is. But yes, when you write someone and you're like, hey, look into this. I did. I told you what you need to do. But you didn't like my commentary about, again, the whole thing. We're just going to pretend that middle thing never happened. Okay. Miss Discombobulated, thank you for the gold coin. Appreciate that. Thank you. Ralph, thank you for the gold coin. Appreciate that too. Huggy Bee, thank you for the floating heart. Thank you there as well. Cynic and Cheap, thanks for the 2. Tizzy, you're violating Bug's trademark. Oh no, she bounces. Oh no, she bounce. Oh no, trademark violation. There you go. 2012, thanks for the 2. David tries to my love and respect. It's pathetic. It is sad. I keep it though. I keep it all because, like I say, with all of that, again, when somebody's like, hey, do this, and then they don't like what you have to say about it, well, I guess that's their bad. Cajun Joe, thanks for the vibe. Send you a high five. Woohoo! Was reminded of an acquaintance in the legal field associated with 5 Hour Energy. Wonder what they'd say about all this. Yeah, that's true. They're defaming their product. Isn't that interesting? Max Lab, thanks for the 2. Check Facebook. I tagged. I'll have to look at it in a minute. I'm hurrying right now. I've got 14 minutes. I'm still doing good. Cajun Joe, thank you for the hiding there. Thank you. Hey, Stacy Nat, thank you for the 18 months there, too. Thank you, Stacy. And dropped 5 gifted memberships. Again, thank you, Stacy. I appreciate you. I'm glad for you, too. I'm glad you're doing well. Appreciate that. Ninja Puppy, thanks for the 24 months. 2 years, baby. That's right. 2 years, Ninja Puppy. Love it. Thank you. Dinah's Mom, thanks for the 2. Do you know, does Florida have a third strike rule? I don't know. I mean, you saw the recommendations with what he has going on with his probation, too. I mean, the recommendation is essentially keeping more probation. Flea Fleeker, thanks for the 250. Jules, Laughing Disco, baby. Thank you. Appreciate that. BD, thank you for the 5 there. Gabe is as pure as the given snow, if you mean that nasty dark gray slop that's been driven on. Indeed. After the salt's poured on it. Hey, what's up, Valor Views? Thank you for the 2. And women will attempt to free base the drinks. Yeah, I know you're in a bad place if you're free basing drinks, right? 2012. Thanks for the 2. I'm a Highlander. I be bad goat. That's true. You did. You very well did. I remember all that. That was fun times. 2012. Thank you for the 2. Dave, you be. Made you come in and chat. I'll roast you. Actually, Dave is probably banned. I don't know. I think the mods banned him. I let the mods ban who they wanted to with that. Yeah, because Dave was throwing his fits. Dave's problem is he wants to hijack the chat. And he gets mad for it. Look, man, you paid these people $50,000 to hijack their shit. I ain't giving you shit for free. I'll make money off of it. 2012, Dave. Whenever you say you're a man, see, again, I did not call him a scammer. I think that what he said led other people to get fucked, though. If you tell me, look, it's like this. If a guy says that number one, people stole my money, and then comes back and says, no, everything's okay. Everything's copacetic. They put that out there for a month. Plus, not only that, David, but your bullshit with that, actually, that's reputational harm, buddy. So, because you led to an incident where all these people said that we're liars and we're fucking frauds and all this other shit. And you were the reason why they could do it. And you let it sit there until they talked enough shit about you that you're like, fuck them. Fair enough. Like I said, I'd really like a reason why. Why did you do that? Why would you do that? Was it if it's because you were pals with one of these people and didn't want them to get in the, you didn't want them to take the hit? Whatever, man. But no, man. Anytime it gets brought up, you just threaten people. So enjoy that. Clip it. I hope you enjoy it. Like I said, you better get the clip right, though. But yeah, they said you're a man. No proof you have balls. Or that they've dropped. I'd say grow a pair, but you can't. Pathetic loser. Wow. Well, he did. They said, oh, look, Dave, got cucked by a whale trying to catch fish. Well, oh, look, 2012 calling you out. Called you a B, too. For free. Got it. Well. And Debbie, thanks for the 6-7 there. Appreciate that. And also, hey, if you want to do 12 things to do, $5. So Dave can have surgery, remove his head from his backside. well, you got 2012 worked up. David, I will back with evidence when Lisa Lee sues you for calling her a scammer. This is defamation. What's defamation? Taking her to the cops? Again, you are not a scammer. I don't know how to say this any clearer, David, but you backed her and said that your lawyers looked over her books. Number one, that was not true. You said that in my email here. You told me you never did that, but you did it publicly, and it sat there for well over a month. They used that as a weapon. They attacked everybody, including myself, with that. That is a lie, and that is defamation. That right there is attempted reputational harm. And for what? So then you drop in my stuff. You don't like me bringing that up, man, but you want me to go to war for you. You wanted me to fight your fight. And you know what? I did. That's the funny thing. I actually have, because with everything in it, you're right. They fucked you, man. They fucked you over, dude. You get stuck on one thing, but you will not take them to the cleaner. 2L is not going to sue me. You know why she's not going to sue me for defamation? Because she called me a child groomer. She said I groomed a child through therapy and married them, and then encouraged people to reach out to my ex-wife's mother-in-law. That right there, that is more definitive than anything that that Michelle Preston is accused of doing. Why? Because her own words stated it. So she can sue away. If she wants to try the scammer thing, oh, she definitely pulled a scam. She took a lot of people, a lot of money. There were a lot of people. They've even contacted the police too. But the problem is that in that, again, like you're questioning, why did you start questioning? Because of Gabe's back, his all backstory. All of that stuff really got you thinking. And it should have. It should have. Because he has this whole fucking mess of bullshit. But what's funny is, David, you're like, oh, you know what? I can't wait till you get sued. Why? For saying someone scammed you out of money? They most certainly did scam. They certainly did. It's just funny. You're like, hey, look into all this for me because they keep attacking me and they're a piece of shit. Okay. Well, I absolutely agree. They scammed you. I do. Oh, you hope they sue me for it? Okay, that's cool. Well, like I said, I will indeed. I will 100% ask you for all the evidence that you want to provide if they ever want to sue. But they're fucking idiots. They say things that, and a countersuit will bury them. It will absolutely bury them, you know? Yeah. Apparently asking David to go to the police was too far. So he's going to sue me and everyone else. Yeah. Thanks, David. Let me write him back. Thanks, David. So you aren't going to go to the police. FYI. Oh, I better send you all to Jeremy Hales now. Shit. Give me a second. I know, I hear you. I gotta get y'all sent over. I'm trying to set up a redirect, but my redirect's slow. I was having too much fun with stuff. Let's see, what the hells? God damn it. What the hells? There he is. All right. Now I got to end right now. All right. So I will see you all. Oh, what? Hey, there's a goat trophy. Thank you for that. Appreciate your show, Maiden. And thank you, 2012. I got to go, though. I got to go. See ya. Appreciate y'all.